over 100 games in 25 minutes. Talk about some of them, not talk about all of them, but
Oh, you motherfuckers! Between 6 and 9 p.m.
well, dang. All right, well, Sam
What?
just dropped the first one.
What's he cussing about?
I'm playing a game.
He's just saying, "Oh my goodness." He's whining about a game. That game. They want me to be on here between such and such time. They can kiss my booty. My hootie hootie tootie booty.
Sega.
That's right.
Thank you.
Sam's
Having
gonna
too
get
much
Sega.
fun saying that shit.
I just I didn't catch it at first. I was like, "What did he mess up in his editing?" That's what I thought. Then I was like, "Wait a minute,
Nope, I just totally missed
he's
it.
editing out."
Well, I was like, all right, we need to take out the f bombs, but then I was like I said, I went back and I was listening to it, and I was like, that's kind of funny because a lot of times you'd be like, you're just like, yeah, we're going to this, and I was just thinking Sega. I was like, that's kind of funny. So I'm like, all right, let's get some more of those in there, and y'all swear enough, so so yeah, we're good to go. Let's go.
Where are we going?
We're going to Disneyland. Heck no. Heck no. Not just no, but L no. That's just I'd rather go to Epic Universe or just regular old Universal Studios.
I'd rather go to California with a Gatling gun on a car.
Whoa.
Well, you have fun with that. Well, that could be taken in multiple ways, but
My
yeah.
my friend's a cop down there. And my friend's like, some guy was it's all over the news, but some guy got a bottle rocket shot at his BMW, and he tried to pull it out, and the bottle rocket went off, and now the guy only has one finger. They were launching fireworks at the cops.
Yeah, but why the heck did the guy try to pull it out of the car? Wasn't
It's an M6. Shit, 6 months of car.
oh
So it's
well,
like, oh, wow.
yeah, but now he lost how many fingers?
He's only got two fingers, and it's like, go middle of this and
Guess what can be
this.
replaced? The car. As far as I know,
People
they haven't
don't-
done finger transplants yet, but that may not be too far off in the future. Although it's getting to the point, most likely, where it's like, well, why would you want those? We can give you mechanical ones that'll be better, stronger, faster. You know, it may not be the $6 million man, but it'll probably be a $6 trillion man one of these days.
I don't know. They give them the army vets. And then I heard there were wildfires up in Canada. Tons of wildfires.
I thought they'd been having fires.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Occasionally, the
Alberta,
smoke
I think, and
has
stuff.
made its way all the way down here to Georgia too. So, what have you guys been doing
Yeah.
gaming wise?
I got the records.
Oh, you got the wax records. Excellent.
Yep.
All right.
There's
So
one which Count Chocula.
and
Frankenberry.
Frankenberry. Yeah.
That one was Monster Adventures in Outer Space. This one's Count Chocula Goes to Hollywood.
So are you
Yeah.
gonna
That's so
try and
cool.
transfer
That-
those so you can actually record them? You said something about that last week.
Hey, wait a minute.
I didn't do it.
What the heck? This guy sent the wrong record. Dude. Monster Adventures in Outer Space. I got two of them. Shit.
Not here. It
Yeah.
draws flies, man.
That's just
Supposed
really
to be
cool.
three of them. Somebody sent me the wrong one. Damn it.
Well, you contact them and be like, hey,
That's irritating because like I just
Also
went
refund.
after the set of them, which I mean it's not like I can't get the other ones, but damn. Ugh. Darn it, I wasn't paying attention.
well, you
Ah,
kind of got it on
people-
video, so you. I said, I'd message him, but hey, you sent me these records. That's not what was being advertised. But I'd double check on what you had actually purchased.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, Go to Disco. That's the other one I didn't get.
That stinks.
And there's like a
Did he
few
have
listed, so it doesn't.
Did he have other auctions at the same time of those wax records?
Um, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just one of the things. You contact him and be like, either give me a partial refund, or I'll send them back, and you can give me all my money back.
Hold on,
Oh,
I'm
that's
looking right
true.
now. Yeah, I did order. No, I did not order that one. Or I did. I don't know. Now I got to look in my history.
Yep. But I had that happen with a PSA baseball card. I'm an Oakland Athletics fan. Well, I guess they're Las Vegas Athletics now, or Sacramento Athletics at the moment, until Vegas gets built. But I ordered a PSA 9 or 10 Matt Olson, and I got a Aaron Judge PSA 9. And the guy, like I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, you sent the wrong card." And he's like, "Oh well, don't worry about it." So I got my money back and got to keep the card. Which
Oh, you know what? I did make that error. I did buy two of the same. Shoot.
I've been busy.
Yeah, no one cares about your Japanese Pokemon cards.
Yo,
Sorry.
don't say that.
Well, I don't know, Welch. Do you care about Japanese Pokemon cards?
Not really. I got
Yeah.
one.
They're super cool.
I got one. I know that they're becoming part of the what was it? Price charting or something added Japanese
Yeah,
Pokemon
Yep.
cards.
price charting did add
But
them.
if it's as atrocious as the rest of their record keeping for prices, like price charting has just gone down and down in my estimation.
Yep, that is true. Price charting is a joke.
They don't keep up with. The thing is, they're I imagine they're pulling so much information now, and there's not enough people trying to police what's coming through and what's actually needs to be there and what doesn't need to be there.
I don't know. It's price charting's getting rough.
It is. I mean, they're trying to do a bunch of stuff because they're doing Lego now, and like it could be a very useful tool, but it just doesn't work like it should. Like it doesn't pull the information correctly, and sometimes when it does, like it doesn't know how to handle when an auction has multiple items in it, and then all of a sudden, I saw a loose Sonic the Hedgehog cartridge for the Master System. They had it up there for like $500 or $600. It's like, as far as I know, there's no way to know that it's a U.S. Sonic cartridge. And
There's no way to tell. Oh well, it's the sticker.
but not if it's loose. If it's
There's
just
right,
the
because the
cartridge,
sticker's only
if it's just the
only
cartridge,
attached
it
to
should
the
be like
box.
between $10 and $20. But they've got it up there at 600 because they had something come through at some point and mislabeled, and so now someone's gonna see that. But, oh yeah, it's for 600. Well, prove that it's from the U.S. and not a PAL copy. You can't. Sing got a new doll. I don't know who that is. A Lunar.
Walsh knows this. I think he does anyway.
Oh yeah, yep, I got that.
You and I bought about the same amount of crap. Yeah, it was the Lunar doll. I was like, I gotta. The only reason why I was looking at this, I know we're getting derailed with the price charting, is because of this little thing.
The ESP.
No,
Working
working
design.
design. It completes my Lunar collection now for working design. So that's done.
For now.
There was actually one that was made. They've showed pictures of it of Alex, but I think the Alex doll is Um, it was just a prototype.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was.
Mm.
In which it's weird that they would release Galleon but not Alex.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but whatever. I don't know. And then I picked
Yeah.
up this.
I don't think I got anything in the last week outside of stuff for my birthday, which doesn't count because I didn't buy it. Right?
Well, you probably got this one too, Welsh.
Yep, I got Battle Heat.
Is it good? Is it like an FMV or is it like?
I actually have not tested it out yet. I packed all my my
PCFX.
PCFX?
yeah, I was at FM Towns Marty, but my PCFX stuff up. I packed it back up for now. Just because I start digging too much stuff out and I get like right now I got stacks of Sega CD on my desk on both sides. So
I got stuff sitting on the floor. I got a crazy amount of stuff sitting on the floor.
in which I got one more coming. Brutal. I got the manual from a guy. I bought I think I talked about it last show. But
Pause of fury.
he sent me the manual, so I picked up a case in disc only for cheap, and now I got the manual to put in it. And then I've got Bloodshot, which is Mega CD actually.
You
This
never see
game's
Mega
actually
CD. Mega
it's
CD.
like Doom for
That's cool.
Mega CD, kind
I've
of like
pre-
it's interesting.
I briefly heard of that one in Japanese forums, and I've heard that it's supposed to be pretty good.
And then Supreme Warrior 32X. And I was checking them today. I think I have all the 32X CD stuff now.
Oh. And then I wound up with this in a garage sale type of thing. It's brand new, sealed. It's not even brand new. The guy put it in a one of these little fancy plastic things, and I was like, "How much do you want for that, or whatever?" He had absolutely no idea it was in Pennsylvania. He's like, "Oh, well, my tractor went down." And I'm like, "All right, well, how much is it going to cost to fix your tractor?" He's like, "Oh, about $150." I'm like, "Okay, fine, dude." And I gave him $150, and I got Lunar sealed. I'm like,
Oh
"Okay."
shoot!
And how
Damn.
much is that
It's-
worth?
I don't know. I want to get it graded because I have my copies on the shelf, but it's sealed.
So now you have two sealed copies?
No, I have my Lunar Silver Star on the shelf, and I have a sealed copy of it. I wanted that sword. Where are you taking that sword from me?
So was that for the Sega CD?
No, that's for PS1.
Let's see.
I think it was the kid. I think it was the guy's kid. My camera went out of focus.
Oh.
Hate this camera.
Oh, we just lost you.
But dude, just I got so much stuff.
I got a couple of. I don't know if I talked about these last show, but I got a couple copies of these, which are Spirit Halloween. What is
Yeah.
it? Halloween 1986 or something? Haunted Halloween 1986 NES game.
It's so cool. Oh crap!
But Spirit Halloween has a themed one, so they got it back in stock. So I picked up 2 copies of it because it was limit 2, and I was like, well,
Hey,
leave one sealed and play the other.
I got
Yeah.
85. You got 86.
Yeah, you can get 85 from their website, the guys who make these, and
It's so
86,
cool.
and then you can pre-order 87 right now.
Oh really? Wow! Thanks for.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going on the
Hold on, he's
website
gonna
right
go-
now.
Yeah, and it says it will work in a emulation system. So I'm gonna try these out on my Polymega.
See if they actually
But
work.
we do have an NES as well if it doesn't work. But it's pretty cool because it shows the Spirit Halloween Gosh, what is this acting up tonight? The Spirit Halloween guy right there with his hands, where he goes like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's cool. He's gonna be in the game. It looks like some clown, the little pumpkin guy from Halloween Tales or something. It was some anthology. So yeah, they tied in some of their props into this game, which is cool. I actually have Spirit Halloween props. I have like this giant. He's called Mr. Dark, and like if you walk by him and the sensor goes off, he jumps up in the air and he's like 6 feet tall, 7 feet tall.
No way.
He's huge,
I'm gonna get you.
and he makes this noise that scares the crap out of you. And then I got like a pumpkin head. If you walk by it, the pumpkin pops open
I love
and
Halloween.
then comes back down. And then shoot, I got one other one too. I don't know. I got this like fog machine, and you hook it up to this mass of skulls, and it lights up. And then when that smoke's coming out, it looks really cool.
That
Yeah,
is
I
pretty
like that. I
cool.
like that stuff. Like we went to Spirit Halloween last year, and I was luckily back just for a couple days, and we went in there, and this guy, he came in, and he the pad for the big mechanical thing that popped up was off to the side, and I knew where it was because I already walked around, hit all the pads. So like he was all looking at it like this, and I stepped on that pad and walked away real fast, and it went up at him, and he was all like this, dude, like jumping back. I was like, got him. I said, got him, and walked off. He was all looking at me and shit. He knew I did it. I was like, got you, dude, got you.
Gotta be more careful with that.
No, got him, man. He wants to be in a store like that. You better be
You better
ready.
be ready.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, he wants to be gangster.
You need to be paying more attention.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
kidding.
I do not see it sealed at all.
I
Dude,
saw
here-
one for $450 that sold. So
Here's another thing I
take
got
out
too.
eBay
Like,
fees and everything, 400-ish.
I've been bugging out on the Crime Patrol FMVs. I got the DVD version of Crime Patrol, so you could play it in a DVD player.
Yeah.
Crime Patrol. You sound so familiar.
So it has higher quality video. It says it's DVD video, Xbox, and PS2 compatible. So yeah, this is cool because I have Drug Wars on DVD, and then I have Space Pirates on DVD, and then
Space Pirates.
one other oh the I think it's Dragon's Lair. No, not Dragon's Lair. It's Thayer's Quest. Thayer's Thayer's Quest, the two games that are FMV animated ones. So they're digital leisure games. So I think I have all the DVD digital leisures and Who Shot Johnny Rock. So the DVD version actually is the best version you could get quality wise versus Sega CD or 3DO. PC version's probably going to be better, but for a straight disc version that you can pop into like any kind of drive, more than one type of drive, these are the, I guess, definitive versions other than any HD version that had been re-released. Because I know on the PS3 they re-released Who Shot Johnny Rock, Space Ace, Dragon's Lair. They had re-released those in some HD format, but it was digital download only.
Mm.
Who Shot Johnny? Man, I remember that game.
I remember seeing advertisements for it in magazines and stuff, but
Who Shot Johnny Rock? Yeah.
but I never played it.
Oh, and like to really bounce back, there was a while there where I was kind of getting into like Atari and television. Well, I've had these on order. I don't even remember when I ordered them, but I got a notice that they were shipping, and I think I in the back of my mind remembered it, and I was like, dude, I must have just got ripped off, you know. But
And then you show up and was like,
it's
oh,
called Dungeon. It's called Dungeon for the Atari 2600 and Dungeon 2.
Dungeon. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, they're and they got the boxes here. It came from Atari Age. I haven't unfolded the boxes, but they got the boxes for them, and like I don't know. So if I get the Polymega Atari module, um, I'll be able to put my Atari games in it.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
is the Atari module
I do have
out?
I have a box of Atari stuff. Like I have I don't know. I got probably about 50 Atari games, and then I probably have about the same amount of Intellivision. So
I have only the old Atari stuff, and that's
Mhm.
it. I only have like, the 7800, and that's the end of it. That's all I have. I don't have like major Atari stuff.
Oh, I do have those Atari newer updated Ataris that came out, the 2600 and 7800 ones that have the HDMI on it.
Oh, I know what
I
you're
have
talking
those. These would probably be
VC
perfect.
the VCS stuff.
No, well, I have the VCS as well, but I have the actual Atari 2600. Was it Plus? Was it called 2600 Plus?
I don't remember.
I think it was. Last year it was the big sale of the 2600. I think it was that spring, and then last fall it was it 7800? But anyways, these should work in them. These should work in those, and they're the HDMI out Atari systems.
Okay.
Sorry, I just remember I left my phone over where I was recording. I was sitting there going like, where is it? But yeah, I actually have the Intellivision collection for the GameCube. And I'm like, I like the collection and stuff, but it's like, am I gonna ever pop in that collection for long periods of time or ever to actually just sit down and play it? And I
don't think you're going to. That doesn't sound like you.
I mean, the coolest thing about that collection to me is like the song that's going on in the background when you're looking around at the different games and stuff. I can't remember it exactly how it goes, but it's just a neat little like earworm tune.
Was it Burger Time?
No, it's like I want my Intellivision or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I don't know if that collection even has Burger Time. Let me go grab it.
Yeah, that was kind of I kind of went off on that little Intellivision kick, and I bought a bunch of those homebrews too. And those homebrew and television games, dude, those things are pretty good. I mean, they're
Game-
damn near NES quality.
Yeah, there's over
is
60
it?
games. I don't see
GameCube?
Burger Time
No.
on it, but yeah, I just like, am I gonna sit down and play this? And if I do, how frequently am I gonna do it? So this one, I like the collections just because you've got all these games in one spot if you want to play them. And I don't have an Intellivision. I don't have much in the way of Atari stuff either. I think I've got 2 or 3 Ataris. I've got a Woody. I've got a Vader. But
What's a Woody?
the original, the wood grain.
Oh, they call that a Woody?
Yes.
He's like, what's a Woody? What do you mean?
And a Vader's the all black?
Do what?
Vader's the all black one?
Yes, it's a force. It's a force
He
switch.
said Woody. He's like, what?
I pulled down the Lego version of it, but I got a couple other sets on top of it, so I'm not gonna mess with that.
You should just open up a toy store already and get it over with.
Dude, I've thought about it. Just as like maybe I could sell some of it then. Part of the problem is I don't want to have to deal with shipping. Just because of the time and it takes to ship stuff and everything else, and especially like with trying to do it through eBay. Like you guys know the hassle that you get through eBay just trying to buy stuff. Shipping it's just
It's yeah,
worse.
the Japanese stuff is taking a lot of time to come in because, and now they're starting. I noticed on eBay too, they're like, oh no, 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 you can't do this because of tariffs. You can't buy from Japanese stores anymore because then you got to pay tariffs or do so. It's just insane.
I
A
haven't.
lot of the Japanese are just they're stopping um Americans from buying like Japanese games on eBay or whatever. So it's becoming kind of hard to
What is that on
navigate through
eBay
this stuff.
side or is that on Japan side? Because they don't want to.
So hard.
What?
It's just crazy.
But is it?
Like with
It's the seller saying we don't want to sell here because it's an extra hassle, right? Not eBay saying you
Right.
can't sell here. Yeah, so it's just the seller's going, "Hey, this is too much trouble to mess with now, so we're just not selling to the United States."
No, but Japan said that they're limiting, like even they said they're limiting the amount of how much tourists can buy in the country and how much just video games and everything in general. Because way back in 2021 or 2022, we just people
Because it
were
was
buying
cheap, we
all
bought
these.
a people found out and they were just starting to buy it and mark it up. But that should just been a sign, oh well, we need to charge more because that's how it generally works with supply and demand with old stuff.
That's true. That is true.
But I can see where they're like, well, we don't want to have to charge more for native Japanese just because people across the pond have too much money and not enough sense. Dungeon 2 Solstice.
I will say this though, the Japanese. What the hell is that?
That's a poster that they included with the game. That's pretty cool.
It looked neat.
It has pretty nice color manuals too, like full of like nice imagery and um, just about the game. I thought it had boxes, but I guess not. Just manual.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, I'm kind of. It'll be cool to hook those up to the 2600 plus.
Me and Atari. I don't know. I had Ghostbusters for Atari before the Nintendo came out, and I just lost it. I'm like, I'm done. I can't play this game.
Neither one of those versions are very good.
I didn't even know how to move. I didn't know how to move. I didn't know how to drive the Ecto One. I would flip out. It was just whatever. I
You
went to go back to
definitely need the
playing with my
manual for
train.
that because we had the one for the Commodore 64. And like we could figure, okay, well you need to buy this. Okay, you need this so you can get the ghosts when you're vacuuming stuff down. Um, but yeah, it was.
Not fun.
Well, we couldn't. We had fun with it. We just didn't know how to. Like we rarely, once or twice, my brother progressed to the second stage, and like we didn't know what you had to do. And oh well, if you could had a manual, I was like, oh, you need to have $10,000, and this is what you need to prevent the Stay Puft from destroying the town.
It's just a ridiculously hard game.
It is tough, but it's. I enjoyed it on the Master System. The C64 has a nice version with some sound.
Some Ecto Cooler. You said Ecto One, so it made me think of Ecto Cooler.
No, just an Ecto.
I wish I had Ecto Cooler.
Why? What
Dude,
is
I
that?
remember they re-released that back in like 2016 or something, and
They did.
I bought a couple flats of it, dude. I was like giving it away to friends. I was like, dude, do you remember this? And like, tasted good too. I wish they'd bring that one back.
Oh,
Dude,
boy.
like when I go to the theaters, I get the high C. And I told the guy when we went to Sonic, I was like, dude, I was like, I want more of the high C syrup. I don't want a bunch of ice in it. I said I want to taste the syrup, not the ice. That's what I told him. I was like, I want to taste the syrup, not the ice.
Wow. Well,
Dude,
the
that's
thing is, most
awesome.
of the time they
Hey,
put so much ice in those
Say
things.
his wife's
That's
in the door.
you only get
That's
like
my
half the
kid.
soda.
Oh, yeah, that's funny though. I told the kid that, and his eyes got huge. They were like this. They were like,
Like, oh my
What?
god.
I want. He wants to taste the syrup, not the ice.
He looked at you like, was it Gowron?
He's like, you're crazy. It's like, dude, you guys are gonna fill that cup up 3/4 full of chlorine tasting ice. It's like, I don't want that.
Yeah, fuck that. No.
It's like I want to taste the syrup.
Oh, look, I dropped the bomb.
Yep. We'll see if I catch
Yeah.
that one when I'm editing.
So there's only two Japanese Switch games. Huh?
Do what?
I looked up Japanese Switch.
Oh, for the Switch 2?
Switch 2.
I don't know why. I'm wondering if Nintendo was trying to get systems out there and wasn't worried about having a bunch of games because it's semi backwards compatible. You got the upgrades for some of them. And so they were like, okay, well, we'll get the system out now and we'll have a good install base by the time the holidays come around when more games really start dropping.
It really is a good system.
Saying you want to taste the syrup, not the ice, right?
Yeah, I agree. I hate the ice because the ice is all chlorine.
That's why you
I'm
tell them
over
no
here,
ice.
too. My stupid ice maker makes chlorine ice, and I'm just like, this is disgusting. And I just throw all the damn ice out and have to dump the water and remake new ice.
It sounds like you need
Yeah.
a filter.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, New York filter. hmm That'll be gone in like a couple of maybe after 3 times using the stupid machine.
Dude, that's super awesome, man.
No.
It says Spirit exclusive, and then on the back, oh yeah, it says Spirit up here on the top. I'm a Spirit Halloween guy, dude.
I like Spirit Halloween a lot.
We only got what? How many more months? August is when they start opening their stores.
I'm a huge like I
Yeah.
even went nuts and
Last year we picked up a bunch of Ghostbuster gear after Halloween. We got another pack. I think we got a trap.
fuck is phone?
There's the cartridge.
Looks kind of neat.
And then, is there a manual? Yes, there is.
But
And a
saying
little
what?
sleeve.
So you've got Mario Kart
I got
World. Do you have
this.
any other Switch 2 game?
Nice, dude.
This is great. I haven't even opened this. I refuse to.
I should have bought that, dude. That was on sale for the PS5 at one time, and I passed it
It's
up.
still on sale too. It came with a nice
Is it?
little
What was that, an air
Yes, it is.
freshener?
air freshener type thing. It's still on sale.
I was saying, what other games did you get for the Switch 2?
Oh man, what others did I not
Mario
get for
Kart
this?
World.
I got Mario Kart World. I got the Mario Kart thing.
I think Nintendo should have just like there should have been one set, or not one set, but one option. Like if you want you want the system, it comes with Mario Kart. You're getting it for $500. None of this $450 without. Guardians of Azuma. No
I'm
idea.
playing that now. That thing was great.
Cyberpunk. Do you have Cyberpunk on anything else? Bravely Default.
Cyberpunk I have on the PC, but it's completely modded.
Are you saying that as a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm saying it as it's a non-streamable thing. I'm saying it as a hey, listen, this is gonna be like 22 and older. You have to drink and be illegal smoking. Like you have to be
Wow.
legal drinking age to gamble. Type. Yeah. Oh my, it's intense. It's intense. Oh well. Hold on. What am I doing opening it? This is
Yeah, how dare you open, your games and the things that come with them when you get the collector's editions and stuff.
the coin.
Put it back on the shelf
At
so you can
least-
just look at it in its fancy shrink wrap.
Well, you know what's crazy? This game is a $30 stupid game and it's still sealed. I refuse to open it just because I like ReZero, the game itself. I have it up on the shelf. I just leave it there.
Hey, did you order Shinobi?
I
No,
pre-ordered
Yeah, I
that.
got. Did you get the collector one?
Um,
With the
no,
surfboard?
because
He's
I
on the
dumped my-
surfboard.
I dumped my money into FFT. That was the fastest pre-order I have
Final
ever done in my
Fantasy
life.
Tactics.
I slid down the banister of the steps when I heard that and ran into my room and jumped on Square Enix and ordered that as fast as humanly possible.
So did you order the Ramza statue one? Is that what you did?
Yes. I wasn't screwing with that. I have 872 hours into that game, and my original cards still I have to saved.
Yeah, I did everything in the guidebook. I played it with the guidebook, and I did like all the side quest stuff, like the Cloud, getting Cloud, that multi quest.
And then getting a sword on top of the volcano volcano. Yeah,
Yep.
this is how dedicated I am. Here's my original PSN magazine Final Fantasy sticker on my card.
I pre-ordered it too. I just got the regular disc, but
I had to get it. I didn't know
Yeah.
I like tactical games until I played that, and I'm like, damn, multiple. I mean, like you could have a whole team of red chocobos, and wipe the field with Comet Meteor, and who knew? Like the game was so involved. Who knew that your summoner had to get hit with Zodiac and live in order to acquire the Zodiac summon? And yeah, so if you have when you do that fight, right, with one of the Zodiac stones and he casts Zodiac, he has to cast Zodiac on the summoner. And if your summoner lives, you acquire the skill Zodiac, which completes the summoner job class. Who knew that? I'm like, that's such a I love like I really when I didn't believe it at first, I thought it was a joke. And then when I saw off of one of the guys who I religiously follow on YouTube, he does he's a big RPG guy, and I'm like, oh wow, like this is serious. I ran on Square Enix and I pre-ordered that and I'm like, I have to. I love that game to no end.
yeah.
That and Symphony of the Night. If Symphony of the Night, if Konami, pulled the Pachinko machines out of their rear end and started making games again like they should, and they came out with a collector's edition of Symphony of the Night, I would totally jump on that. And I'm not saying like first for figures or aftermarket or let's shake hands with limited run and screw people over type of stuff. I'm like really a Konami collector's edition. I'd be all over that.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy Tactics was definitely. I was one of the games that I bought for my PlayStation. I had, and I had
loved
a
it.
used PlayStation I bought off a guy. But that was the first game that I think I bought was Tactics, and that game is awesome. And like
It's such
when
a
I
great
bought that
game.
PlayStation from that guy, I already had played Final Fantasy VII.
7 is
Yeah. So then I played Tactics, and I was like, I don't know if I'm into this, and then I just kept playing it, and then like I was like, dude, this game is awesome.
once you
It was
once you
awesome.
get Agrius, it's like, and the holy sword skills that she has, the game is over. Game's over, and then you acquire Olandu, and then when Olandu and Agrius come in, and they're just using status sword across the field, it's done. Yeah, it's all right. You can go to sleep. It's okay. We'll have some real PlayStation
Yeah, wake
collectors
wake
here
me
talk
up
about
when
this.
you're talking about something interesting.
What? Are you crazy?
He's
Look at this
nuts.
guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah, something interesting. Get out of here.
I don't.
Yeah.
PS1
Final
had
Fantasy
the
doesn't mean
best.
anything to me.
Tactics.
PS1
You never played Tactics.
PS1 had the best RPG games ever created in our lifetime. Suikoden.
I always liked Mustadio.
No,
Oh, the green guy. The
The
engineer.
guy with the gun. He had the gun.
The engineer. Yeah, the engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool. He was really cool. He had the gun. He had the snipe ability. He had the leg aim, the arm aim, where he could freeze you in place.
It was pretty
He had,
cool too once you figured out how to use Dragon Knight or Dragoon or whatever.
oh yeah, that girl. That
Because of the amount
girl.
of, well, just once you got the Dragoon class, how long it took
Oh,
to make the
right.
drops and stuff.
That
Like it
was
would take
tough.
like maybe 2 turns for him to come back down. But then it'd be just like a devastating blow, dude. Like, yeah, I mean that it was fun learning the classes, like Geomancer and all that. Like, yeah.
Calculator was the best. If you had all the classes unlocked and you had calculator and you had a summoner skill with calculator, woohoo! It was nuts.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
I can't. My social life's gonna go to hell when that game comes out. Like if I had a social life to begin with, but I mean, yeah, that game is.
So I guess following up on another game that's coming out, and I told you, now remember, I told you that Tactics was in the works. I remember telling you that,
I
the
I was so
remaster.
skeptical about it, but I'm glad.
But
I'm really glad.
did you see about Truxton?
No.
Truxton's got a remaster coming out, and it looks pretty good. I messaged the company today actually, if they're going to be doing a physical. I didn't get a response, but one other guy got in on the conversation, said he hopes for a physical too, but Truxton has a remaster coming.
Ooh, Truxton Extreme.
what I don't understand
this
is why
looks nice.
companies don't be like, hey, we know that there's some interest for physical copies of these games. We're going to do a pre-order. This is the price starting off. If we sell 10,000 of these, we'll lower the price this much. If we sell 20,000, we'll drop the price this much. Do sort of not crowdfunding, but do something to gauge the interest for physical copies. And if there's people that really want it, you start off with, well, because we're only going to make 1,000 of these, it's going to be like $300. But if 1,000 people get in at 300, then maybe you can drop the price once it gets to 1,500 or something. But make a little bit more money off of it by actually selling physical editions, and actually see how much interest there is in actual honest physical editions. Because everyone says that they want physical, but I don't think most people would actually want to pay for it if it was $300, and the digital copy is 60 or 70 or even 80 now.
They're expensive.
don't know.
Physical copies.
Yeah,
I think people want the physical copies just about the same.
for me, it all depend on the game. Because most games I've been, especially now, I'd be like, if it was $100 and you got like the complete edition and everything on it, you could play off of the disc or the cart, whatever, maybe. But I could also just wait and get the game for $20 digitally on sale one day. So it really depends on the game.
I have a ton of hours into Wild Hearts on PlayStation. I bought it. It was like a Monster Hunter alternative. I played it. I really liked it. So now they're coming out with Wild Hearts S, which is for the Switch too. Physically, I can't find it anywhere, and if I do want to get it, it's gonna have to be off of Play Asia, but it's gonna take. So the game's like I think it's $60, but Play Asia is charging me an extra $37 for shipping because it has to come from Japan because it's region free. And when I asked them why are you charging $37 shipping, it's because of the tariffs. They specifically wrote me an email. Hey, listen, we have to charge this because we're a wholesaler and we're getting hit with tariff pricing. So now all our shipping has gone up, and along with the prices of our games have gone up.
Huh.
Okay.
And I wanted it physical, but I'm not gonna get it physical. So
Because it's too much.
yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's what I'm saying. I think as much as we all like to say, yeah, we want physical, are we really willing to pay for it? I'd say most people it's no. It's like I'd rather buy 3 games for the price of one digitally than get one of those physical.
Only the
Depending on
games
the
we
game.
want.
What?
Yeah, only the games we want. Depending on the game, yeah, of course.
No,
Because
I mean, if I really want something, if shipping's expensive, I'll still buy it. I mean, the standard shipping right now from Japan's $20, and the thing about Japan shippers is if you're paying that much, they usually ship it quick. Like, I live. I mean, where I live, if a guy sends it to me FedEx from Japan, I usually have it in 2-3 days.
yeah, it's
I've been amazed to where I've gotten it in, I kid you not, the next day. I don't know how, and I know for a fact I didn't pay next day shipping. So I almost feel like the Japanese seller just was being generous.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah. Everything that I've ordered from Japan, like it gets here quickly. And it is surprising how quickly it will get here. And like it's always packaged well. Like
Hmm.
and it's amazing because like they'll take whatever size box they've got, add extra folds to it, cut it down, and get it so that everything fits in there like just right.
They take a lot of care in when they ship things.
They do.
I like buying from Japan. So I
I
mean,
do too.
sometimes that shipping doesn't bother me because I know that it's gonna arrive safe, and like to think that it was, you know, thousands of miles away, you know, just 36 hours earlier. That's pretty kind of a cool concept.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
where my PCFX, and I was like really happy with that. I'm like, oh, look at this! I got a PCFX, and it came from Japan. The box was insanely wrapped. It was the system was wrapped in a box. The system was wrapped in bubble wrap. That was inside a box that was wrapped with bubble wrap that was inside a bigger box. And I'm like, damn, guy took a lot of time. I was very impressed. I've ordered from him many of times before, but that's the reason why is because they take a lot of care. You ship stuff from America, within the United States, whatever you get people that'll just throw it in a box and that's it. I mean, it looked like rats chewed the box, but Japan, they put time into it and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't mind ordering from Japan.
For the most part, they do. Have
Yes.
run into some that just seem to do the same thing as tossing it in a box, hardly wrapping it with anything. But the first Sega Master System I bought, like in 2017, like the guy had everything sitting on a table, had a box next to it, and then basically just looked like he took his arm, just scooped it all into the box. Like there was so much stuff that came in that box that was like dinged up because there was no extra packing. And I mean there was like this much extra space than most of the box. And so everything was bouncing all around and everything worked, but there was a bunch of the boxes for the games that were messed up, broken. Some of them were broken. Little clips holding some of the games in had busted. But yeah, for the most part, getting stuff from Japan is very nice, which is why I've, you know, got my Mark III and SG-1000 collection.
The question is, Owaz, did you grill them?
Did I what?
Did you grill them for it?
No, I don't understand
They
the
should've.
language, so
Yep. Yep. I got a laser disc and the guy shipped it like really flimsy from Japan. That's one of the bad packaging ones I received, and that's probably the only one I remember, honestly. But other than one I never did get, but the seller did refund. But uh the laser disc, the
one.
sleeve was all bent and it was part of a set. It was part of a set, and he actually refunded me about 50% because of the bent up sleeve.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, it was a NEC laser disc. It was a NEC it talked about the NEC games. It was a 2 volume set, and it was volume 2. Yeah, it covered NEC games.
Yeah, I don't think anything I got from Japan was like messed up enough to raise a big stink about it, because after shipping and everything else, like, yeah, there's nothing that can be done because of how much it would cost to fix it and whatnot. But other places, yeah, I've been like, hey, this is what happens or happened. This thing isn't working. This is what's going on. And like, I started recording everything that I opened so I could be like, hey, this is how it came in the package. This is what happened when I hooked it up. It's not working. Forget. One of my, might have been my SC3000 came in and it wouldn't work. And like the guy's like I sent him the video and everything. He's like, well, it was working. I was like, no, that was me testing it on something else, and then trying the console you sent. I think I got that one, the money returned from that one. But
That's pretty good though. If you got the money returned.
you gotta pay attention to your due diligence when you're shopping and when you get the stuff.
I got too much.
Although I haven't bought anything like that in a while. Like, I don't spend hardly any time on eBay anymore. The 12 game buying challenge is really like, I don't look for stuff hardly at all.
I I've gone like I've stopped. I got like almost every. I mean, like I've pretty much got everything in the collection that I've wanted. So I mean, with all the RPGs and everything else,
As you spent
for the
what,
most
5 minutes
part,
showing off the stuff you had just picked up.
there's more. There's way
But
more.
you're saying that you've like not hardly picked up anything.
There's a lot. I mean, there's absolutely no reason in the world why I needed this.
Nope.
But it's cool because if you open it, it comes out like a storybook or whatever. Or hey, why did I need to get this? Because
Easier.
it has renovation on it, and I like renovation. Wolf Team. So I had
You
to
know,
pick this up.
those are easy sets. So when you really think about it, though, I
What
mean,
the Wolf Team stuff?
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, in the long run, you could acquire all that stuff. I still don't
Yeah.
have the PC Engine CD Valis, but it's not like it's so uncommon you can't get it. Some
I
sellers in Japan sell all of them together. Maybe
200
minus one
bucks.
of them, but
Yeah.
you could easily acquire all that. The one that I'm having trouble with renovation is getting what the heck's that one? It's the the Jets. What the hell is that one? Uh
Aerobiz?
no, it's
No,
not. That's Koei. Uh Vapor Trail.
oh, I have Vapor Trail.
Yeah, Vapor Trail. I think that's the one that I don't have for cartridges.
I got Vapor Trail. I got Ballast 3, whatever. I got all of them. Troubleshooter. When you told me about Futabi, I went and I got that for Sega CD.
Yeah.
Probably thought that one was pretty good, which is El Viento, and then you have that.
Did you get
Um,
um did you get Devastator?
no, what's Devastator?
He's
That's
from
that mech
Transformers.
stuff
He's
one.
made up of the Constructicons.
What system's that for? Devastator. Well, yeah,
It's Mega CD. It was a Japan only release, but it has that anime cutscenes in between the levels.
Oh wow, this looks good.
I played it a few. I play that one actually a few times on stream, dude. That's a good game, dude.
Yeah, I've seen you play. Oh yeah, I've seen you play this.
We need to get Baron in there to translate what they're saying word for word,
Good luck.
and then dub it. We need to dub it, man. Baron's ticking me off. He needs to get in here. No, just kidding.
Good luck.
Tell Baron to dub it.
He's
He's gonna have to take a
He's
break
hurt.
from RA.
yeah. He's RA obsessed. Oh, this game is super cool. Liger is really cool. I was playing that, and that game's the animation in it, everything is awesome.
The thing about the Wolf Team stuff, though, like I don't have all of it. Is you got to get the Turbo CD stuff as well, in which I have a couple of them, but there's more Wolf Team on the TurboGrafx CD or the PC Engine
Really?
CD. Yep. And I think there's even like a PC 98, in which heck with that, that's pointless. I feel.
Oh wow, look at that. I didn't even realize that. I was only going for American releases, but if you're going for full, Grandia, uh RCS Odyssey, Dino Land. I like Dino Land. El Viento or Ernest Evans. I mean, but those are all for us. Final Zone, um, Soulflace, Mega CD, Isles Lord, Cobra Command, Time Gale, Road Avenger, RCS 1, 2, and 3. I've never heard of that before. Oh wow, they really got that animation nice in there. Soulflace, Cobra Command, yeah, Futabi, Revenge of the Ninja. Oh, I've seen you. Don't you have this FMV, Revenge of the Ninja?
Yep.
The Mask Rider, Kamen Rider Zero. I've seen you play that. That game is really, really awesome. That's a great game. It's a
Wait, that
great
was Wolf
FMV.
Team? Are you looking
Yeah,
at it, Wolf Team?
yeah. I'm looking on Sega Retro, the wiki of it. The Mask Rider, Kamen Rider Zoe for Mega CD is them. Yeah,
Huh. I didn't realize that was a Wolf Team game.
there was Mega LD.
Yeah, that's a laser active.
Oh, you mean like the Philips CDI?
Well, the laser active Laserdisc games. Mega
Whoa.
LD, the games.
These games are probably stupid hard to find.
I probably have a good chunk of them. The only ones I don't have is
Time
Time
Gal,
Gal.
because
Yeah,
that's the
Time
most
Gal's
expensive one.
ridiculous.
I
Yeah, it's
remember
like
you
six
saying
thousand
that.
dollars.
Yeah. Jeez.
You can see it now for like 3,000, but even at that, it's like, dude, that's that's ridiculous.
Isn't that one of that's the best copy to play though, isn't it? The
Other
Mega
than the Switch remasters that were released in Japan, they released them for the Switch. That's called the
Taito
Mega
LD
LD
game.
or
Yeah.
the LD collection, Taito LD collection or something.
Oh, they got what is it, Yamamoto?
Yep.
Oh, but they don't have oh no, Triad Stone wasn't them, was it? No, right?
Triad Stone was not Wolf Team.
That's crazy, Time Gal. Look at that. Wow. You don't even. It's that
Yeah.
expensive.
And then
Jeez.
Road Avenger. Road Avenger for the Mega
Yes.
LD is expensive too. I don't have that.
Wow, Time Girl for the Mega CD is even expensive complete. Time Girl and that Ninja thing. Jeez. Oh wow, they even had arcades of this.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why I was into them, dude. Like why I'm into them. You know, I have the Saturn versions. I think I have the PS1 versions.
Here's the Saturn
Um,
versions.
they have the Sega Saturn. They did a Sega Saturn port of it too, of all the Time
PS1.
Gal. They were like a duo set, like Time Gal and the helicopter game, and then Road Avenger and Return of the Ninja.
Oh man, this guy's got it sealed for $1.60 from Best Buy, and he wants $200 for it. I
Doesn't matter what
love
people
when they
want
do
for
that.
us. What are people paying?
I ain't paying that. The artwork is really nice on the box, though.
But the problem is there's someone that will pay that. Far too often, the answer is yes. That's why Switch 2s were going for more than retail value.
Oh, the Switch 2 is ridiculous. So I found out through talk. Now you want to get into that? I found out through talking to people about the whole Pokemon thing. Like what really like blew all of this up. So going with everything that happened, we looked like, and I wrote in the Dad podcast, we had like, so 2020 to 2023 was about when we saw the increase in video games. Like from 2020 to 2023, 2024. That's when, like, really that's when it hit the fan, was like 2021, when people were having excess money, they were staying in, whatever. Things have kind of cooled off here and there, but so the Pokemon stuff, what's crazy is I was talking to a collector and one of the store guys, and he said to me that the reason why it went up, Costco had to pay tariffs on those boxes coming from Japan, those pallets. So they had to pay a large tariff to get those cards in. And people knew this, and and Costco was the only place you can get this box, this Astral Radiance box. And because the tariffs were so much on the box, the normal boxes will only be about, a collector's box like that, maybe $60, $70. They were going for like 180, 190 for Costco, and people were buying them up like crazy because they were so limited. They were only limited to Costco because Costco bought the rights on that tariff to only import in this set, and people just went ballistic over it. And everything then from Pokemon here on out shot up. The games shot up crazy amounts. I mean, you want to talk about inflation in video game and crazy stuff. If you have, this is how stupid this is. If you have a game, a Pokemon game, that has the stupid DLC on the cart itself, so it's the game and the DLC together, the game is $200. Doesn't matter whatever it is. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it just because people hyperinflated it. It's double Pokemon double packs. The video games, what is it, the DS stuff, the systems, just everything became hyperinflated. When I went to a show over the weekend, granted it was a card show, but there were people there with video games. you know, all Pokemon games, all sealed. Guy wanted $4,000 for yellow sealed. It was a 9.5 graded WADA. Who the hell's gonna buy a WADA game now? I mean, get that, please.
Far
But
too many
you know,
people.
stupid people who are wearing tinfoil hats right now. But it just it's amazing the way just things get completely hyperinflated.
But people are willing to pay for it. That's the
Right.
thing. It's just, to me, it's ridiculous what people are willing to pay for some of this stuff when it's not a need, it's a want, but they want it so badly that they treat it like a need. Just to buy cards or just to buy a video game or, whatever it is. It's not like
Well,
it's
I mean, you got to think of it this way, though. We still have our
One
hobbies.
sec.
Like some people like to spend their money in a car. Some people like to buy a camper. Some people like to go out and drink with their friends, really expensive, you know, and people's hobbies change over time. And maybe that's just their way of spending money, you
yeah,
know.
but when you hear stories of people like taking a mortgage out on the house to buy a box of Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy cards,
No,
like,
yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
but that's what people are doing. People are, and the thing is, like, I've never understood it because I rarely buy a game when it's new. Um, and I've always like set a, this is a max price that I'm paying for this stuff. And if it goes above that, then, oh well, I just won't get it. And for me, it just like, it baffles me that people are willing to spend so much money just to get this one card or box of cards or this one game or this collector's
Things are
edition.
changing though, dude. Things are changing because like there's one I did tonight that people are asking like 100 to 164, and it was another Sega CD game because like I'm adamantly trying to finish the set. So Demolition Man, and like honestly, Demolition Man, because it has Stallone and Snipes, I feel like has some value. I feel
Yeah.
like that should be valued more because it does correlate with a movie. It does have real actors, and like, as time goes on, and it could go up in value. And anyways,
The
I
Sega
talked
CD
I
game?
talked the guy down to half of what it costs. $85 shipped.
Wow.
And it goes for 150, 160, So I mean, I say big on it. And to
But
me, I
most
don't care because like I said, that game to me, I like Stallone. I mean, that's personally probably because I played Rambo all the time on Master System. We liked the movies. We liked watching Rocky beat the old meat in the freaking freezer. you know,
yeah,
he's all like training in the old freaking meat locker. Right, saying.
Yeah, does it with oh Survivor in the background.
yeah. I have the tiger. But most people
Ooh,
aren't
it's
willing.
expensive.
Like, what if the guy just said no?
Then he said no. I mean, I was already bidding on one, but there was already 6 bidders bidding on it, and I know damn well it was going to hit $100 or more.
Yeah.
So I asked this guy, I was like, hey, would you take this offer? And I shot him like $60. And he shot back with 85 shipped. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then I went and canceled my bid on that other one because I know that's going to be a bid war for it.
Terminator. Yeah, look at that.
But there's
Terminator's like
too many people are
189.
willing to pay the 150, even if they don't think it's valuable, just because if they don't think it's worth that, just because it's like, got to complete the set, so I got to pay, whatever. Um,
I I think the only other Demolition Man that I think the 3DO's Demolition Man might be better than Sega CD, but still, for Sega CD to actually get that big of a license,
Yeah.
when you really think about it, that's a pretty big deal. The fact that they got Terminator on disc with CD audio, and then the fact that they got Demolition Man with CD audio.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, Cliffhanger. So you got to figure they had some pretty good deals set up on those games, and that's nobody looks at those games because I mean some do, but everybody
Good
wants to look at
games.
Cable, or look at Snatcher, versus like, hey, these were actual film IPs, dude. You know?
I bought Demolition Man years ago. I bought Demolition Man, Terminator. I love Demolition Man on Sega CD. I think it's a great game. I really enjoy playing it. I played Terminator here and there, but I think they're great games. There's another one, Last Action Hero. What when these guys aren't here anymore,
Right.
these prices of these things are gonna go boop, like very expensive.
Yeah.
They may not. I mean,
No, there's a lot of people.
Stallone and Snipes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a
those guys are
lot of
big
people
time.
that'll.
you got to remember,
Schwarzenegger.
retro gaming is a niche market, and it might go boop, and they go,
You
or it
know,
could go
you'll have
boop, 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 boop,
you'll
boop.
have people that'll like
Because
you'll have Stallone fans and Schwarzenegger fans that'll buy those games just to have them on the covers.
but you're also going under the assumption that most of the retro collectors who will like those characters don't already have those games.
I mean, look at Hook.
Those aren't really mass produced copies though. Terminator, Demolition Man, those aren't like, oh, I'm gonna find a copy of Sonic CD. Those
Yeah.
are definitely more rare.
But it's also the
of
assumption that
pride
people
made.
are going to care about having a physical copy of it and just like, oh, well, I'll just download a ROM and play it.
Like Hook is trash. The game's horrible. Horrible for the Super Nintendo. But Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams, who's not around anymore, and you have Hook.
But Hook, the game doesn't really have too much to do with those actors.
Right, but it was still the so Hook on I'm looking at it now, Hook on the box is the same as it was on the VHS.
So you could
Like,
buy the VHS if you just want to see the box.
So the Hook icon, the H, is the same as it is on the box.
Yeah.
So that links it to the movie because the movie was called Hook.
But people are going to want to pay more
100%,
for.
man. I mean, I don't, you don't see it that way, Oz, but I know what he's talking about. you
Yeah,
know?
I'm not making the connection between the two just because it has the same H. People are going to care.
Because it's
Oz, I've seen you get crazy about stuff on your
What?
Like your SG-1000, like 3 different ones because it has a different color band.
Yeah.
What? Really? Oh, you mean like the German one?
Yes, it's the German
Yeah.
model one.
And then like the
German
Othello or
flag.
something like that.
But I can accept just about nobody else cares about that.
Dude, that's even more niche than what we're talking about, though.
I mean, like that's a level like that's a level of nerdom that I can't even reach with Sega that you just beyond go over.
I mean, we're talking about pop culture here, dude. Old Rocky
Yeah.
beating the old savages in the freaking
But I also
He's
know-
talking about Brazilian pop culture.
Like 1 in a million people might care about that. That's why I don't understand why the game having the same H that the VHS cover did, why that's gonna make
he
the
does
price
some
of that game
he does
worth
some
more.
voiceovers in the game. Like he does some like voiceovers. Robin Williams.
Yeah, I don't know. I look at it like the retro market is a very niche market, and
A lot
You
of
know,
people.
I was talking to sorry to cut you off, but you got to hear this real quick since we're on that pop culture thing. A friend from college came down. We had lunch. I gave him my cake of my NEC backups to put on his Polymega. And
Okay.
it was like 5 cakes of them. But anyways, we were talking. Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, and we were talking, and the first thing he talked about was the Polymega gun. And
Oh.
the first game he brought up, take a guess, saying for the Polymega gun on Genesis that he talked about.
Probably Snatcher.
Nope,
Lethal Enforcer,
nope.
Terminator 2.
Yep, T2. Yep, that was the
T2.
first one. Yep, he's like, dude, I can't wait because I
Wow.
got T2 and like, I remember that game in the arcades, dude. And like, when you really think about it, that takes you right back to those scenes at the beginning of
Yes.
T2.
Yes.
But what
T2
what
the
got him
arcade.
was not the movie. It was he played it in the arcade at the theater. Is that what you just said?
No, the cartridge game of T2 is like the arcade game where you had the guns and you're
Yeah, but
shooting
it
the
took him back to the
Terminators.
arcade of playing, right? It made him remember the arcade.
No, he wants his Polymega gun so he can play the Genesis copy on his TV.
Like he played the arcade version at the theater. I thought this is what you said.
No,
So he did
No,
not
I
play the
didn't say
arcade
that.
version at the theater, and the Genesis version pulls him back into that nostalgia.
it's like that. Yeah.
That's what I mean. So it's this stuff. It brings him back to the arcade, playing the arcade version.
No, the nostalgia is Terminator.
But
Regardless
it's
of what it is.
playing the Genesis version is nostalgic because of playing the arcade version.
I think the nostalgia is Terminator.
But playing the arcade version, and the Genesis version is close enough that he has nostalgia for that as well, because I guess he played
Oh,
that as well. But it's hitting more than one nostalgia thing though,
Jeez.
because he's getting it from the Genesis version and the arcade version, and so they build off each other.
I wouldn't take it too far to the arcade aspect. I think it just is about Schwarzenegger.
It's about the game. Because did he mention anything about Arnold, or was it the game and playing it with the light gun or the gun and dropping the grenades and stuff?
Yeah, you're right. But the whole point of it is when you think of Terminator, what do you think of?
Arnold.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes. So it's about Schwarzenegger.
But if you bring up
Blown
Terminator
in the
2,
face.
the arcade game,
Just
are people
kidding.
going to be like, oh, Arnold? Or is like it's the stupid truck level trying to save John Connor from the stupid HKs units that are flying and always killing him?
Speaking of which, since we're talking about Terminator, they are releasing that new 2D side scroll Terminator game.
Yeah, everybody's
That thing
talking
looks
about
sweet.
That's like $80. It's like $80. I looked at that and I was like, are you kidding me? No way,
Nope.
dude.
I'm not paying that.
No way. I'm going to wait for that to go down. That's not a pre-order at that price. That's
Who's
totally
it?
living off Terminator.
that. Who's it? Limited run?
No, you could get it at Best Buy.
So is it physical $80? Or is
Yeah.
it just digital?
No, it was physical copy and it was like $80. And I was like, are you kidding me, dude? I couldn't believe that. Maybe it was 70, but still, even for that kind of game, that's too much.
What is the name of that game? Is it just Terminator 2 or just Terminator?
Terminator 2D, no
2D.
fate.
Terminator 2D.
2D.
Reef Entertainment?
No Fate. Is it No Fate?
Yeah, no fate.
Yeah, set
Oh
to
my
release
gosh.
September 5th, 2025.
$119 for the collector's edition. Day one is 60. Okay. I must have been seeing the collectors, but the day one is $60. And it comes in the
100.
collectors.
Gotta
It's
pause that
$100.
before we'll get auto muted for that one.
Auto muted for what?
I pulled up the Steam trailer for it, and it's doo-doom, doom, doo-doom. You know,
Oh,
half
yeah,
the
you'll
people I
definitely
think when
get
you say
auto-muted.
Terminator 2, they're gonna start hearing that sound. Doo.
Who does it? Who? It's Bitmap Bureau that's putting it out. Same idiots that put out Xenocrisis.
I think it's
Um,
Bitmap Bureau. Or
Yeah,
is it?
Bitmap
It
Bureau
is.
is the developer and the publisher is Reef Entertainment.
Right.
I don't I don't think this is quite accurate because it says in a similar to games you've played, Super Meat Boy and Sonic Mania.
Yeah. Well, huh? When
I'm
did
not
Sonic
sure
get a
that
gun?
qualifies as the same style of game.
Yeah, Reef Entertainment.
It just don't look like it's worth that much.
But you wouldn't pay $80 for physical.
Well, it's 60.
So would you pay $60 for physical?
You know, I played the Bitmap Bureau games, and I mean they're okay, but they're not as fluid as like .emus.
Yeah, they're not.
.emu, if they made it, then I would be like, okay, probably because their stuff's really refined and the controls are nice and smooth. But the Bitmap Bureau stuff that I've played, it's playable. It's really playable, but it's also just not as refined graphically.
Just look at what they've got on. So it's supposed to release September 5th. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't see the price of games jumping when an actor passes. Because you expect
It's all
the
about.
old
It's
DVDs
just
and
all
VHS
about
tapes to jump
Terminator,
in
though.
price. They might. I mean, there might be a blip, but it's just gonna be there and then it'll drop back down. Because, particularly with movies and stuff, those were so mass produced.
Saying I'm trying to find that Halloween game now.
I got it. Though I got the site up.
What's the name of it?
What, Halloween
Entertainment?
'85?
Yeah, Retro Entertainment. It's the same one that made 85. That's a
No, no,
solid.
no. The Michael
Mine?
Myers game.
Uh Retro Realms has it.
You were
Yeah,
saying it.
this
You were saying it's still on sale, so I'm trying to
it
find
is.
it.
This pissed me off because the collector's edition that I got didn't come with the coins. And I don't there's some like little arcade or whatever. As long as I have Mike's doll, I really don't care less. But I I go as him every single year for Halloween. I'm a gigantic Michael Myers fan. Huge Michael Myers fan. Like I'll walk down my block when it's like darker out. I'll hide behind a tree. There'll be some trick or treaters coming. I'll turn like this and I'll do the head thing, and they're like, ah, and they run away. Deviant. I'm yeah, just
Special.
yeah in
Special.
the head. But
Oh, it's Halloween and Ash versus Evil Dead.
right, the Evil Dead one's pretty cool. Ash is awesome with the chainsaw and the shotgun. It's a good game. They did a very good, work to it and stuff. But yeah, you could buy it. The collector's edition one is really what I'm looking at.
You know, when it comes to like some of those pop culture games, I wish I would have picked up um those Evil Dead games when they were coming
Yeah,
out. I
I'm
just kind of
still
always walked by them and they were on sale and
like I didn't even realize I pre-ordered this stupid thing.
all the Power Rangers. I thought about buying that actually.
Reader's Rewind. It's not bad.
Did you order that from Atari or?
No, I got that one off of Amazon. I pre-ordered it. I also got this in too.
Psycho Collect. I've looked at that. I've thought about picking that one up.
It's
There's
actually
two
really
volumes.
nice.
There's
But
2 volumes for the PS4.
right. The one game on here, you're better off just getting it on the what is it? Saturn.
What? The
That's
Gunbird?
no, Gunbird's a really good game, but Sengyo Blade.
Mm. If you
That's
look,
fun.
dude, if you do look for some of those shooter games,
They're
you can
expensive.
find the Japanese releases that Limited Run ends up releasing, and they're the same game. Right now, there's one by City Connection I want to get, but it's only out in Japan, not the U.S. yet, and I don't think that it's coming to the U.S. because I messaged him about it, and let me see if I can find it here, because there's a few shooter games that you can get in Japan, in which I have a bunch of the PS4 shooter games that only came out in Japan. But shit, where is that one? It was a pretty significant copy. City Connection is releasing it. Let me see if I can. Oh, uh, oh shoot, Night Stalker. Night
Oh,
Stalker remastered.
Night Stalker's a good game.
Yeah. Yep.
I like Night Stalker.
Yep. Night Stalker. Yeah. So I'm waiting to. I almost feel like Limited Run would pick that one up, but I'm thinking about buying that one just because I'm not sure if they're going to. And
Their stuff is here and there.
there's another one coming out too, the Gunbird games.
Yes, that I heard.
Yep, the Gunbird games. I want to say Sonic, not Sonic Wings, Arrow Wings, like an arrow. That Arrow Wings
Arrow
game, I think.
Wings, yes, I know Arrow Wings.
Yeah, Neo Geo. I think there's a set coming out.
Arrow Wings that's a really good.
Well, this is a collection because not Giga,
Is it
Giga
is it
Wings.
called Arrow Wings? You know what I'm talking about, though.
I
Has
know
the different
exactly.
there was
jets.
an Arrow Wings for Dreamcast.
Arrow Fighters.
Yeah, Arrow Fighters. I
Arrow
think
Fighters.
that's right.
So I have those for Neo Geo. I have the CDs, I think.
But there's like 5 of them.
Finally got in Last Resort and Last Hope. Those are the ones I was missing for Neo Geo. Those shooters are crazy. Radiant Silver Gun, you'll never see those ever again. Blast Wind, you'll never see that again. No. Me talking about shooters goes down a dangerous.
They did re-release Radiant Silver
Radiant.
Gun.
They re-released Ikaruga.
Yeah, and Radiant Silver Gun. I think I
didn't
have them.
I didn't I well here's Ikaruga,
Right.
but I don't Radiant Silvergun. I didn't even know they re-released Radiant Silvergun. That game's crazy.
I thought they did. I thought they did, dude. Now I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, because if they did, then I have to get that.
That
Gross.
There's
shows
shooters.
Yeah.
my internet just hiccuped.
Oh no.
I was trying to get quiet and it's like, y'all aren't moving.
They didn't. I had thought they had re-released it, but Radiant Silvergun Collector's Edition for the Switch.
Love Radiant Silver Gun. It's like one of my favorite games.
Yeah, they re-released it for the Switch, dude.
God damn it. This thing is horrible. Such a this freaking retro tank and me battling with the PC effects all the time.
Always something.
I can't. I need better cables for the PCFX. Now I can't even find that. I think it
Looks fine in black and white.
No,
PCFX, you just need a good S video cable.
right. That's exactly. You are the only person that I know that has PCFX. There's no one else that I know of. I showed it off in my friend's store because I brought it in and I was playing Liger, and
Mhm.
everyone was like, "Oh, what's this?" I'm like, "Oh, there we go. It's a PCFX." They're like, "What the hell's that?" No one.
Because how would most people come in contact with this?
So this is the one of the only payoffs that RA review did for me that was good. Because when I saw zero, I didn't like when I spoke to Guru Game Boy, and then on many conversations, this never came up about shmups. And to me, like top 5, this is one of the greatest shooters ever made. And I think the animation it is phenomenal. I think it's just overall a great game. And I was like, oh, I have to pick this one up.
But again, how would
Game's
most
out.
people come across this?
Liger. People want it. They want it.
Exactly. They're not going to know about it unless they know somebody who has one or has it.
Where is it?
You know, it's not something that's going to draw a bunch of views from somebody who's trying to grow a channel on YouTube. But it's just because it wasn't released in the United States, most people just aren't going to know about it, the PCFX or the game. Because like I wouldn't know about it.
Oh, look at this.
If it wasn't for y'all. So just like the
I
SG
got-
1000, the SC3000, most people
I
aren't
didn't
going
know
to know
about
about
that until
those
you.
unless they stumble
Here,
across
watch, it's
something about
this.
it.
Huh. Oh, for the PCFX Liger.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
that
this-
shooter, right?
This game's amazing. I've never played anything like this before. I mean, this is like a solid game. The controller's nice too. Controller's super. Like I wish they'd make controllers like this. It's extremely comfortable. The PCFX controller.
You mean like the
Yeah, it is
Saturn?
good.
Whew, it's dusty.
Where's he go?
Let me clean that off. Like that.
And then I didn't
controller?
even. That's the one I have. You have the fat one. You have the fat one, of course. You both have sealed Saturn boxes.
No, it's not a sealed box. But this is actually for the PC.
That's for the PC.
Yep.
That looks identical to the original Saturn controller.
Yep, that's why I picked one up.
That's crazy. I wonder if they just copped the end off and rebuilt it out, ported it out to a
Close
USB.
to it.
No, dude, here it is. Here it is. City Connection, okay? They're doing another release of Under Defeat on PS5. Wolfang, dude.
Wolfang.
Yeah, I play that one a lot, dude. That's the one. That's the one. I was like, dude, what's that City Connection? Wolfang.
Wolfang is good.
Yeah, dude.
That
On
is
the
good.
PS5. So it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I forgot. That's it right there.
I have Wolfang and Batsung for Saturn. Wolfang is really good.
Yep.
Wolfang
That's
or
like one of my
Skull.
favorite Saturn games, dude.
Skullfang. I don't. I honestly, I don't think that. What the hell? What's that game? Heavy something. Whatever the super expensive Saturn shmup is.
Heavy.
Heavy Arms.
No, not Heavy Arms. The super expensive shmup for the Saturn. Radiant Silver. No. Which one you thinking about?
I
Ooh,
got
Sonic
nothing.
games. That's it. Hyperduel.
Oh, Hyperduel. Yeah, yeah.
That's not worth. That's not worth $1,000.
Dude,
Hyperduel.
I need that one still.
Yeah,
I
that's
need
what
that
you
one
can go
still. I love that
to.
one. Sell me your copy, dude. Just quit screwing around.
I don't have Hyperduel.
Oh, I thought you said you had Hyperduel, dude.
No, I don't have Hyperduel. I don't. I have everything but Hyperduel. I think that's really the
Man,
only one I'm missing.
man, you just need to sell me your copy.
Was that one just a really low print number?
I don't know. I got almost all of. I think I actually do have all of the Saturn shmups, except for Hyperduel, Skullfang, Dodon, Blastwing, Sonic Wings, one I can't even pronounce, Tiger 2, which I don't like. Then there was two layer sections. Wolfang SS is pretty cool too.
I just
Oh
got
wow.
it. I just bought that Wolf Fang for PS5. Dude, that game is so awesome, man. I love that game.
Assault Suit came out for the Switch.
Yep, I
Oh,
got that. Actually, what happened is Play Asia sent me the Switch version. I wanted the PS5 version. So I have a copy of the Switch version just sitting in a box, and then I got the PS5. Yep. Yeah, dude. I mean, they're releasing a lot of the classic shooters in the background on PS4,
they
PS5
are.
copies,
They
and
are.
people don't even know about it. Like, like now I got to remember about Night Stalker because I need that one. I need that one if it comes out on a disc. Yep. There was a new Raiden that came out recently. I got that for
Yeah.
PS5, Raiden Nova.
Yeah, these shooters are nuts.
What was that?
Huh?
So what did you say?
The shooters are nuts. All the shooters are nuts. I didn't even know Raiden Nova came out.
Do you mean the price for them or
No, just the games in general. I don't. Two things. I don't care about the price for shmups or RPGs. I will buy them. I just my shmup collections. But I mean, Guru, I won't spend the money on Koryun because I don't think Koryun is worth it for PCN for PCE. And Koryun's about $800, 875, and I will not do that. Koryun, I won't.
so you do care?
That game I don't feel is worth it.
So you do care because it depends on the game. Not all of them are worth that.
Yeah, not all of them are really worth it. Now you tell me. He listen. You got between Koryun and um not Arrow Blasters. The oh shit, I'm gonna turn Soldier Blade. Between Arrow Blasters or so like between Koryun or Soldier Blade. I have a complete Soldier Blade, and I'm like, Soldier Blade's phenomenal. That game is amazing. It's amazing on the PSP with Soldier Blade, Superstar Soldier, and I forgot the other one. He has it too. So when I saw him buy it out, when I saw him get it, I'm like, oh my god, I need this because it's the PSP. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. But it, if I mean, if I had the expendable cash to go buy Koryun, would I do it? Probably not. I just think it's way too much.
Wait, I got this wrong. It's not Night Stalker. Is that is that the name of it? No, because it's not coming up. Because I'm trying to find the
You talking about Night Raid for PS1 because that's a good game.
no, because I have the Mega CD version of it too. It is no Night Striker, not Stalker. Night Striker. Night Striker.
Oh, the one with the car.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one that's getting the remaster, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
That's got doesn't it have like FMV movies in it?
no, it's just they cleaned it up, dude. Like it looks super clean to where you're not gonna have any blurring playing it, which is nice.
Well, you know what they came out with that I think you played and you didn't realize it? Steam Hearts. They came out with the Saturn and the PC CD one, and they cleaned it up and took out all the nudity.
Yeah, yeah, that I have it on a watch list. I'm gonna wait for that to drop in price, but
That's expensive. But Steam Hearts is a great game.
yeah, Steam Hearts, and there was another one bundled with it.
Sapphire? No, it's not Sapphire. Um, what if it's Hellfire S? I don't think it's Hellfire S. Well, let me see.
But it's a double pack. I know that because that's just how they've been doing it. Yeah, that Night Striker though, dude, I cannot wait, man.
Yeah, Steam Hearts Tribute. Steam Hearts is a great game. I beat that on stream with you. I was
Oh, Advanced Variable Geo.
the fighting game.
Yeah. And that one was kind of pushing the limits, back then, I think is had like the something to it. I've never played through it. I have it. But
It's a good. Oh, so Advanced VG. Yeah, Advanced VG is good.
I thought it had some of that like,
It does. It does, but it's a great game for PlayStation. It's not there, but for
Saturn.
Saturn, I think Saturn has it. Yeah, here it is, right here. Advanced Variable Geo and the Steam Hearts. God, how could you take Steam Hearts is like
And you got to think,
wow.
dude, there's so many of these like re-releases that you can get on Japanese, but I just don't see Limited Run getting them all because they got the most recent one in which I had already purchased the Japanese copy was that Tiger Heli.
I'm not a big fan of that one.
Yeah, but I have them all, like all those like Tiger Heli, ESP, um Batsugun,
Batsugun is good.
uh a couple others, a couple other those, and Limited Run re-released them, but the only thing that's really going to be different, I think, is just the English packaging, because all the stuff in the game is accessible in English. So it's just a repackage, language repackage. Yeah, those Saturn tributes and
Saturn tributes are really good.
the toll plan, in which they do have toll plan collection, arcade collection 1 and 2 right now on Limited Run. And the funny part is all those toll plan games came out on Evercade. And
Oh,
they
they
released
did.
them in like 3 different volumes.
They did come out in Evercade. I remember that.
Yeah. And some of those games actually came out on the Sega Astro Mini. So I've been noticing a pattern with some of these re-releases. Like someone will get the license for a while, and then somebody else will pick it up and do a release.
Yeah.
And I've been noticing that. It's like, okay, so we just keep releasing the same game over and over from Astro Mini V to the Evercade to a disc copy,
Let
which
me ask.
is
They released Lunar, so now with Lunar, um, that was a working design game. Do you think they're going to go ahead and release games like Albert Odyssey and all those other genres of games?
I don't know, dude. I mean, Albert Odyssey has never been revisited, and uh you got to wonder who ultimately owned Albert Odyssey before Working Designs translated it.
What do you think about Alundra?
Uh I mean, was Alundra an
Working design.
in-house Working Designs all the way, or was that a translation as well?
I think it might have been a translation. Alundra.
I feel like it. Whoever owned those before Working Designs translated them is ultimately the reason why they haven't moved.
Maybe
But
Working Design still owns the rights. I know Ray Earth will never get a. I mean, we might see if someone wants to, but I don't think Ray Earth will ever get a release. Could
yeah, I
be.
mean,
I
Albert
mean,
Odyssey, dude. I mean, that one looks really good
it
for the
does look
time.
like a
Like
game.
like it reminds me a lot of like the Final Fantasy in town
Yes.
soft graphics and stuff. The big, the big sprites, and I'm surprised that hasn't got some kind of remaster or just
Reaction or something.
re-release, because
It's
that
my
one
one
was
of my
really
favorite
good
games.
looking,
I
like the
loved Albert
overworld.
Odyssey. The
Yeah.
music for the overworld is phenomenal. It's such a good game, Albert Odyssey. Um, Shining Holy Ark, here and there. Not a huge fan of that one.
And why do people bag on that game so much? That one irritates me saying. No,
Shining Holy Ark,
dude, I love that game. That game is freaking badass, dude.
the dungeon crawler.
Yes.
I died, and it kept on putting me back in the damn dungeon, the first
Man.
dungeon, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know what to do.
Dude, that one definitely showed the power of the Saturn.
It's a good game. I don't get me wrong; it's a very good like dungeon crawler game, but I couldn't figure it out. And then what's the other one where you're the kid and you have to charge up and bolt at people? Shining Force? That's not Shining Force.
Charge
Shining.
up.
He had. I think he knows what it is. I was knows.
Burning Rangers?
No.
Okay, like Rystar or the Volt, the one that was released on the Genesis.
Shining Holy Ark. That's not Dragon Force.
Was it the pirate one that you could charge up and you'd bounce all over? Is that the one you're
Oh,
talking about?
Shining Wisdom.
Oh, Shining Wisdom. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I played through it. I mean, it takes playing it to get used to it, and then you're like, okay, this is all right, but it really drags ass.
it
Like
does.
it really drags ass for probably 3-4 hours into it.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
I
But
was.
once you get the hang of it and you get some power ups and stuff, then
It's not
you
a
get
bad game.
a build up advantage, and then it becomes a little more playable. But it's slow to get going.
And that one was pretty interesting. Independence Day is another one that's a really cool like game. I liked playing it on the Saturn. I thought it was great. I've always wanted to get it. I rented it. I thought it was cool. Of like, oh, I got to get this, and I never have one of those big movie title games too. Just like all the Jurassic Park. Now there's a reboot of Jurassic Park coming out, and I've noticed a lot of people are asking about the Jurassic Park games, but the Jurassic Park games stink. A lot of them are just not that good. You're better at playing Turok than you are the Jurassic Park games.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for in your Jurassic Park. Because there was a
Um,
good one on the SNES, but you just had to get the right revision because the first one they released was unbeatable.
On the SNES?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's no surprise Ocean made it, so Ocean, we all know Ocean's a pile of, Ocean, any Ocean game is pretty bad. You can get a complete in box for $60. Who would want to pay that? Pay that though.
You ask that, but people pay it all the time.
Just-
Thing is,
People are dumb.
yeah, we all spend our money on things that other people would be like, that's crazy. Why do you spend that much money on whatever that is?
There was a Jurassic Park Part 2 on the Super Nintendo.
Sure, why not?
I I guess so. Jurassic Park 2, the chaos continues.
Well,
Well, Ocean made it, so it's definitely chaos that continues.
they
There's no
released
question about-
a Jurassic Park collection for the Switch and maybe PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, how did that do?
And I don't think the movie coming out this summer is a. I think it's just a sequel.
I think it's a reboot of the entire.
I don't
It's
think
a
it's a
reboot
reboot
like the
because
original.
it's. I believe they're referencing the original movies.
Really?
Yep.
One guy I know, I follow him on Instagram. He is a Jurassic Park collector. Figures, toys, um, everything, everything, and those figures get expensive.
Yeah, there's a collection for the Switch for $40. I didn't hear
Damn, that
great
the
things
Jurassic
about that
Park
though.
Classic Game Collection comes with like a VHS looking type of thing, VHS style box. I have a VHS. Why do I need a box that looks like a VHS?
But the Master System and Game Gear Jurassic Park game is fun. The Rampage
own them?
edition on the Genesis is fun. So I mean, there's games for it to play that you can that are playable and enjoyable.
Yeah, this is the part I found to be stupid hard in this stupid game. Yeah, like you need certain power ups in order to hit in this to get past this.
You just need to get
Park
good.
was alright. Yeah, Jurassic Park. Those games were horrendous from what I remember.
You got to get the one Jurassic Park that everybody says is pretty good.
The Saturn one.
No, it's they did two for the Genesis.
The
One
Rampage
was,
edition where you can play as the Raptor.
Oh,
yeah.
And the Tyrannosaurus Rex says Sega. It's like Sega.
yeah, I remember that. That was great.
No, he says it like you do editing of cuss words. Sega.
Sega.
Yeah, every cuss word, Sega, Sega, Sega.
Yeah.
Every 15 minutes, Sega.
Sega. That stupid idiot got in the way and I told him to go Sega himself.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There was supposed to be some event too where they were going to talk about the new Jet Set Radio. Sega was going to do a show.
They did. I've heard about that too.
Did they
I
do it
haven't-
already?
Not that I know
I
of.
hadn't heard anything
Yeah,
about
it's
it. I
coming
mean,
up.
they dropped what Shinobi, Golden Axe, the Jet Set, and one or two other games, didn't they? And they just haven't released any more information about it. Except for Shinobi, because apparently Shinobi's the first one coming out.
Here you go, guys, for you Switch guys. So here's the deal with Night Striker. Okay, Night Striker Gear is coming out in this year sometime. That's the sequel to Night Striker. But the Switch is also getting Operation Night Strikers, which launches August 7th. And this is what I was thinking about too, in which I'm disappointed to see there isn't a PlayStation release for.
Did I just lose internet? I think it hiccuped.
USCZ console versions, Famicom,
My internet
whatever
hiccuped.
whatever NE is,
So
and then
it basically
Sega
stopped
Master
when you
System.
started talking about Operation Night Strikers releasing on August 7th.
Right.
That's all you got?
That's when my net froze.
So Operation Night Strikers is coming out August 7th for the Switch, and it's being made by M2 and Taito, and it has the arcade versions of Operation Wolf, Operation Thunderbolt, Night Striker, and Space Gun, as well as console port versions.
Yep.
So
It's gonna even have the
Operation
Master
Wolf
System version of Space Gun.
yeah, but you'll get the arcade version, which is really nice looking. I want this
Really?
set. Yeah, I want this set, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna see. I just can't imagine they would not release it on PS4, PS5. But then again, they burned the PlayStation. Taito's burned PlayStation a few times. So,
Where did you see
uh,
this?
well, I knew about it probably, a couple months ago, and then they brought up the whole Night Strikers Gear, the sequel that's coming out. So this was also part of that. Whatever it was I watched, I can't remember, but um, that Space Gun's a big deal, and it also has a console version of Space Gun, the Sega Master System version. So getting that for Switch would be cool, just for Space Gun, all the different versions of the Night Striker, Operation Thunder. Dude, this is a good set right here.
What's this? Well, where are you looking at to see this?
Gamatsu.
Oh, Operation Night Striker Collection adds 2 more classics to the title.
Yep.
Let's go. Operation Night Striker.
And it's just a compilation of all those games. Man, I really hope they release a PS5 set. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it looks like there's a difference between the physical version is gonna have everything, if I'm reading this correctly, and then you'll be able to buy the arcade only version, and then as a DLC you'll be able to buy console versions.
Play Asia already has it out for $51 and it releases on August 7th.
Oh, dude. Eartheon launches July 31st.
Space
Dude,
Gun. Wow.
I follow Yuzo Koshiro. I have not seen anything about this yet. June 12th. They just announced this, dude. June 12th.
Today. What is it?
Eartheon, Yuzo Koshiro's shooter that's coming out. He did all the music and they made the game. This just announced, dude. Ancient's the name of his studio. They did Beyond Oasis. And they did Streets of Rage 3.
I'll be right back.
Dude, that's huge.
Oh wow, Eartheon did come out the gameplay.
So you'll be able to get it July 31st.
This looks really nice.
Yeah, dude. Like they're doing a Genesis card of it. And disc. So that guy's he's gonna cash in big on that, dude. Like people are gonna try to get cartridges and discs or Switch.
Yeah, but where do you go buy this?
It says limited run It says it'll be available at limited run, and you can get it on Steam. Okay. It'll launch for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Switch, and PC via Steam on July 31st. Publishers Limited Run and Super Deluxe Games and developers Ancient and Bitwave Games announced. In the West, Limited Run Games will distribute the physical copies of the game, although pre-orders have yet to go up.
Yep, Eartheon is here. It's on whatever the Super Deluxe games.
Dude, that's huge. That's huge, dude.
I guess Super Deluxe games is the same as Limited Run.
No, Super Deluxe is a different publisher, but for the US, we're gonna get it from Limited Run.
Yeah, great. Good luck
Super
on
Deluxe
that.
might be Europe or something, but dude, I don't know. I'm just like, that's all I needed to know, because I've been waiting and waiting to hear something about the release date. Man.
That game seems really good.
Dude, Yuzo
Wow.
Koshiro's pretty badass. Like,
He is. He's got good
you,
music.
I talk to him a little bit through X or make a comment, and he actually responds and talks back. I mean, he's a real person. You know, he's a real person.
Real AI. I have no idea what y'all are talking about now.
Of course, Trials in the Sky.
I still don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Damn.
We're talking about Eartheon coming out, dude.
I don't know what that is.
What? What?
He's not a shmup person.
Do you know who Yuzo Koshiro is?
Nope.
We have to feel bad for him.
Oh.
It's
Oh
okay.
my god.
We
I'm not
forgive
one
you.
that really pays attention to who made a game and who did music for a game, and
Oh my
Yuzo Koshiro-
gosh.
Yuzo Koshiro's got great music. Geese.
Oaz, you got to break that shell a little bit, dude.
problem is it doesn't
It's
matter
not
to
just
me.
about
So
the gameplay. It's like the guys behind it, you know, their histories. I mean, Yuzo Koshiro's legendary, dude. The music,
good for
Shinobi.
him. And the people that like his stuff. I mean, I've probably heard some of it or something, but I just,
Well, you played Shinobi, right?
yeah,
He did it. Shinobi 3.
okay. So yeah, good music. Keep it up.
Streets of Rage.
Yep. Good
Yeah,
music.
all three. I think
Keep
was
it
it
up.
1 and 2 and 3,
Yeah, his studio made the third game,
which is the best one.
and they made Beyond Oasis.
Haven't made it through Beyond Oasis.
Yeah,
Okay.
Beyond Oasis is awesome too,
Far
man. Like,
Beyond
man,
Oasis.
dude.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm just like, I'm kind of just like stunned now, dude. I'm just kind of like, dude.
By what?
Dude, that game's gonna be out in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one right
I'm not really paying attention to a bunch of games that are coming out because I've only got another 6 or 7 games that I can buy this year. So unless something really catches my eye, I'm not paying much attention to it.
I'm just gonna throw this out. You probably, but do you know who Koji Igarashi is?
No. I
In the
don't,
thumbnail for this video, you got to put Oaz gets grilled in description.
but I'm not getting grilled. It's like, yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. And it doesn't matter to me.
He So he's the guy that did Symphony of the Night. You've had to play Symphony of the Night.
I've-
Switch somewhere.
I've played Symphony of the Night. Cool game.
I'm not. I
Good music. And
You're
Bored.
killing me.
I know.
Just
I know.
kidding.
I just, it does not matter to me.
Symphony is. So he basically made Bloodstain and took the voice actors from Symphony, like Alucard, and put Alucard in Bloodstain as an FU to Konami. And said, look what I could do that you guys can't do.
And
And that's a badass move. Like, you're taking Konami and being like, hey, look, I made a Castlevania game. You guys are pachinko machines. And there you go.
All
That's
I want to
cool.
say, right now is Sega.
Yeah.
Sega. Just kidding.
Stick it to you, Owas.
but
OWAS is gonna be editing Sega.
I might not even edit this
Sega.
one. This one might just
Just
go up live as it is.
come
That's
on, man.
Wow.
I just, and it froze.
No, thank you.
All right. Oh no,
Damn.
Welch is still frozen. All right, you guys are back now.
Sonic Racers. It comes with cars. Sonic and Shadow. The Gex stuff looks cool with the Gex statue and stuff like that. I can't believe Koji's like great. He was the guy that pushed the music for Symphony of the Night. He developed basically Bloodstain on his own. He is the original guy that did like What Is a Man? A Miserable Little Pile of Secrets, like with the cup and Dracula throws it at the beginning when he's talking to Richter.
And
Yeah.
That guy is like to me, that guy's the OG of Castlevania. I mean,
but like that doesn't
It
mean
matters to
anything
me.
to me. They're
it
good
matters
games.
to me. It doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, they're fun. Moving on.
I'm
They're
writing down
cool.
some of these upcoming releases that I gotta remember. I'm gonna
I
post
have
them
them
up.
all. I have them all dumped, bookmarked. Like triple bookmarked.
See, there's nothing that I'm just like, oh yeah, I've got to get that game. Prime 4 I'm looking forward to, and that's pretty much it at the moment.
I mean, has
So-
there even been a release date for Prime 4 though?
No.
Yes.
I mean, Nintendo is so jank, dude, this round.
It's 2025. It's gonna be, they said, the fall of 2025.
Yeah, but that's not a date. That's a time frame.
I guess I'll believe it when I see it. How many times have they canceled it?
Or pushed it back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which I would prefer them to push it back and release a complete game. But
I agree.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna get it for Switch. You know, I'm not gonna worry about.
That's what I'm planning on doing. But if it's $80, I won't be buying it.
Mm.
I mean, it's gonna be $80. OWAS.
Then I'm not gonna buy it. I'll wait till I can get it cheaper, or never.
I mean, you'll get it cheaper someday.
Yeah, but I mean, I have hundreds of games that I'm not playing at the moment. So why worry about this one game, whether or not I do or don't get it? And you know, worry about it. I think it's too expensive. I don't pay full price for most games, and because I think because they've dropped in price so fast for the most part.
They really do.
So if you can be patient, you can get more game for your buck by getting multiple games, or you get the Game of the Year edition where it has everything in it.
Is there anything on the?
And I've felt that way a long time, and that's what I've done since I was a kid. I didn't buy stuff that was new. I was buying stuff on sales. For one thing, that was what I could afford. Well, that's how you end up with games like Blaster Master 2. Oh, this is $20.
That game is
Well, not the best game out.
let's see.
Which maybe that should be one I get rid of. Wait a minute. Are you trying to show us your typed in stuff?
No.
See, I'm still waiting to get Metroid Prime remastered cheaper. There was Prime 4 down there. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, this is $40 digital.
Yeah, I'm not paying $40 for it. If I
It
can get it
says
for
the-
$20, then I'll really think about picking it up. But
It looks okay.
it looked like another Prime game. I enjoy the Prime games,
Exactly.
so
You like Metroid a
I do.
lot.
I do. I like the Metroid games. Metroid Dread, I absolutely thought was great. I don't know if I would have paid $80 for it, even knowing how much I would play it. Because I mean, I've beat the game 7 times now.
Just look at these. I mean, these prices are. I mean, $60 still for Luigi Mansions 3. Luigi Mansion 2, $60.
Metroid Dread,
Princess
$60
Peach.
bucks.
Yeah, $60. Oh, was it 2021 a winner? Minecraft Dungeons, $20. I mean,
Well, Minecraft Dungeons, Nintendo doesn't set the price on.
Microsoft, I think, does.
Microsoft does. But Pikmin 3 Deluxe, $60.
That might be worth it. But who wants to play Resident Evil 4 on the Switch?
Well, it's an old game, so it should run okay.
That's ridiculous, Lunar. Even old Luminous Ocean, that didn't even do that well. It was a sleeper game. Most people didn't even give a crap about it. $50.
That's what I'd
Unicorn
like to
Overloaders.
get. But that was
What?
when Endless Ocean.
This?
But it's definitely
Endless
going to be like
Ocean's
a
great.
$10 to $20 game pickup.
You could find it on eBay probably for $10 to $20. Guaranteed. People are all floating that.
Well, let's see. But I
This
don't
is
think it's
what's
one of
ridiculous.
the 12 games I'm buying this year. So
This is stupid right here. $69 for the Switch version.
the Switch or the Switch 2.
The Switch 2 version. I would never. This, Breath of the Wild, I love Breath of the Wild, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
The only reason why I got Bravely Default was because I thought it was like, hey, it's $40. All right, not so bad.
Endless Ocean's $35, $40 on eBay
That is stupid.
for buy it now.
Here you go. You can buy a welcome tour that you can't complete because you need all the accessories for the Switch. Like you need the Pro Controller. You need the camera.
I've heard you can just plug in a USB camera and it works with some of that stuff.
I haven't even tried it. I want to try a Switch 2 game and a Switch 1.
But the welcome
know a lot
tour
of
should have
people
been
doing that.
included as like the in-game tech demo. So that was really, really, really strange on their part.
This is like another clone
But-
of
I'm pretty sure Nintendo figures there'll be plenty of people that will pay that, and in 6 months or a year, we'll just be like, okay, it's free now when you buy the console.
What you're
It's
talking
included
about
when
the
you buy the
camera?
console now. It's not free because you got to buy it.
Here they are, the classics. That's crazy that they did this.
Did what?
The GameCube stuff.
No, I mean it makes sense. People have wanted it. Just it's kind of crummy that they limit it to the Switch 2.
I mean, like, how are you going to do the tingle monitor in this?
They'll just. The thing is, you didn't have to play with the Tingle monitor.
But it was cool too.
Yeah, but it was not necessary functionality, so they just don't include it.
See, that's why I got F-Zero. F-Zero was. I mean, they pushed the Wind Waker. Oh, and there it is with Zelda.
That was Soul Calibur 2.
And then there's N64 Adult and N64 Non-Adult.
Yep. So you can keep your kiddos safe.
Oh, Metroid Fusion. Golden Sun is a solid game. So is Fire Emblem. Yep, Game Freak said, nope, you're not putting any of the Pokemon games on, you know. But whatever. This is. I mean, you do like there's coming soon. The games look like pure crap. I mean, who seriously? Who wants to play a game called Amber Alert? What? Oh, jeez, look at this. Oh boy. Uh, yeah, what? Like, what? Not like, why are you putting this on the Switch? Wow, Nintendo's getting a little.
Because unfortunately, there's probably plenty of people that will buy it.
I mean, an FPS on a Switch control. Now, if you're gonna play this game and this game's gonna be blanked out like that, what is the sense of playing the game?
Is it blanked out for the trailer and not for the actual game?
I don't know. Oh geez, what in the guy opens the door and then this danger. Where are you shooting? All right, you got a Glock there. You should be destroying this guy. That's crazy. I didn't even think they were gonna come out with games like that for the Switch.
Anything somebody can think up.
Yep, like Capybara Zen.
Yep. That's what everybody wants, is a capybara meditation simulator thing.
Right. Because that's just top tier gaming. Format. Man, this is like your top quality Switch 2 content right here, everyone. I just what is up with that? Now look, you look at something like this and I bet you people buy this just for the cover art and not look at any of the videos or anything. They're like, wow, this looks crazy. $20, I'm getting it.
Maybe. But isn't that what we did back in the day when we couldn't look up video? We looked at a couple of screenshots and the box art, and that was all we had to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that always made it fun.
Well, it made it a kind of a gamble because you never knew what you were going to get.
I can remember like old GameStop, dude. Like you could when they started, putting previews on the internet, and like it would be just a small little video, And I remember I used to download them and put
Yep.
them into like playlists and stuff and watch them. Like you could actually just download the video off their website. I have one downloaded somewhere of Final Fantasy.
Oh wow, an MSX game.
What's the one with lightning? The first game, was that Final Fantasy 10? Or which one was that?
I have
I
no
don't.
idea.
That's a good question. I don't remember.
Or was that 13? Yeah, 13. And it had lightning. And anyways, it was a early tech demo of it. And there's that scene where she's in that subway train fighting them right at the beginning. And the guys' helmets, they look different than the actual final game.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, dude, wait a minute. And when I played it, because they look more blocky. And then in the final game, they looked a little more smoothed out, rounded. That's what I heard is coming too, a Final Fantasy 13 collection. Like the whole set, 1 and 3 together.
That would be insane.
1 through 3, yeah.
That would be crazy. What the?
It would
Is
make
this-
sense because I mean, realistically, for the PS3, those Final Fantasy games actually were pretty good graphically,
They were.
but I just don't think people are ready for the different style of gameplay.
I mean, listen, if we got a FFT remake, we're definitely going to be getting a Chrono Trigger.
That's just wishful thinking.
I don't know. If
Overrated
they do-
baloney.
they would make that's printing money for an FFT remake. I mean, Chrono Trigger. I've seen a lot on Instagram because I follow Square. A lot of people have said they are super happy with FFT. They sold out pre-orders in seconds for that game.
Yeah.
It's
But is that because people buying it or because scalpers are grabbing everything they can?
I mean,
I-
if the scalpers bought it, it doesn't matter. They still profited.
Well, yeah, Square Enix did, but if there's no secondary market, then all of a sudden the scalpers are going to be left holding a bunch of games, and they're going to turn around and have to sell them for less than what they bought them for. I don't think that's what's
it'll
going to
still
happen.
be just
But
like that Final Fantasy collection, the Pixel collection.
remastered.
yeah,
Yeah, you can find those now, like on Amazon, no problem. So, the person that bought all those up, if that was the case, it doesn't matter because I'm sure even with tax, I mean, I'd be surprised if they wouldn't just keep printing them while they're selling.
Yeah, it would make sense to keep on printing them.
you would hope.
And same with Gung Ho. I mean, Gung Ho's still doing the lunar thing and keep minting them as people are buying them, and the scalpers will just be out.
What I wish they would do. But
What is this? Oh, Fantasy Life. Yeah, it's also when I'm playing this.
We'll see. I mean, I get a little worried about like the future of the physical games with the actual like supply chain issues that may come
Yes.
along. But I mean, we made a deal with China, it sounds like. So that may not be as big an issue as we think. I just feel like it'll be delays.
the thing is, physical game collecting, if you don't want to say it's dead, it's on life support.
No way.
You really think
no
so?
way.
No
dude.
way.
Yes.
There's no way. Oaz.
Yes.
No, I disagree.
Do
I
you think
disagree
there's
on
more
that one.
PC gamers or console gamers?
Okay, well, PC gamers have been downloading forever. I mean,
Yeah.
as console gamers,
And what do you think consoles going towards? That's what I mean by
Well-
on life support.
I think like maybe like PS6, they may do away with the physical.
I heard
Nintendo's
PS6.
already proven they're doing away with physical with their current game, and people aren't happy about it. From what I've seen, people are not happy about that code authentication crap.
But the thing is, people
I
don't
mean-
understand. That is no different then when you go buy an Xbox Series X game or a PS5 game and you put it in and you have to install it, and then, oh wait, there's also, another 5, 10, 20 gigs that you have to download so you can actually play the game.
This is what you were talking about.
It's no different.
Well, the thing is, though, that downloads to your system, and someone's going to crack that. I think Nintendo's got their stuff like secured up a level to where if you try to crack that in the future, you're not going to be able to crack it.
Well, why do
Yeah,
you think they said that
definitely.
they changed it so that they can brick your system?
I
If
mean, like, dude,
you
people
hack
people have figured out the PS3 download stuff to where like the patches and all that, they can find
Yeah.
it and you send it off to somebody who knows how to do that shit, and they will install those patches to that system and you can still play your games.
Yeah.
They're going to do that with the PS4 and they're going to do that with the PS5.
Yeah.
Now the Switch 2, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like if you even screw around with it, you're cooking it. You're
Yeah,
cooked.
the Switch
Yeah.
2, they'll go right after you.
But I'm not talking about pirating. I'm talking about
I'm not talking about pirating now. I'm talking about like in the future.
Yeah.
Like when it becomes a preservation issue.
preservation gets bandied about way too frequently because this stuff will be preserved someplace. The
I
thing
don't
is,
know.
you will not connect to Nintendo's servers if you're doing this. That's all. That's it. Because, just like when the 360 and the original Xbox got hacked, if you were stupid enough to go on to Xbox Live servers after you had a hacked console and you've been pirating games, you deserve to get your Xbox blacklisted. Because that's just
That's
stupid.
true.
But the game key cards, all it is a physical digital key, which is exactly the same thing as what the discs are that you're getting for the Series X and the PS5. Because most of them don't have entire games on the discs. Just like the game key card's not going to have a game on the cart.
See, I thought the key cards where it's like if I took it out and put it in another like another Switch or whatever it was, they get to have that game on their Switch.
Yeah, because all it is it's a license. The discs that you put in now are licenses. So the game
So,
key card
like,
is just a license.
So let's say like you have the Switch, right? Like we all have the Switch, so we all live in proxy with each other. And I say, oh, look at this, I have Cyberpunk. You guys want to, whatever. So if I gave it to you, or was you would take it, and then it would download it. You would take that card out, and would download it, and then give it to me, and it would work.
No, you have to have the card in your system to play it. Just like if you have a disc game now, you have to have the disc in the system to play it.
So the key card is only the license on the game on the card,
On the card.
but the rest of it is all basically downloaded onto the Switch.
Yes. Like you can have the game installed, but you can't play it unless you have it in your Switch. And the same thing is if you have a
Oh,
physical
wow.
game, even on the 360, and you downloaded the game to your hard drive, you couldn't play it unless you had the disc in the drive. It's nothing new.
Yeah. It's the key to that code.
Yeah, it's a physical representation of a digital code.
I didn't know that.
Out
Wow.
of having nothing physical and having something purely digital, the game key card is actually preferred. Because I can take that card and hand it to you, and then now you can play my game. Or I could sell it to
Really?
Welch, and now he owns it, and he can play the game. I won't be able to play it anymore because I don't have the license to do it.
But that's how all these games are now, isn't it?
Exactly. Everyone's getting all upset about the game key card, and it's apparently because Nintendo actually gave it a name. People are in an uproar about it.
But it's been going on since forever.
Exactly. People are upset about what has been happening probably for over a decade now for consoles because the entire game is not on the disc. And sometimes, even if it was entirely on the disc, it's not playable because you have your day one patch that actually fixes things.
That's true, yeah.
So the game key cards are actually a good thing, in my opinion, because it's your physical digital games or physical representation of your digital games. So you can actually sell it and trade it, which if you just buy it digitally straight from Nintendo, you can't do that.
That's why they were pushing me to buy the expansion, the SD Express card at Best Buy.
Now, the SD Express card is required for the Switch 2 because it has faster transfer rates. That's why. That's why you have to get an Express SD card, is so that the
Oh,
data
that
can
one
be
now.
read, be hold on, written and read faster. Just like the Series Xbox, if you buy their expandable storage, it has to be, what is it, the M2 or something, because it needs the faster read and write times. Because I think you could still hook up an external hard drive to it, but if you really want to get the benefit of it, you need their specific
SD.
drives so that you can get the required read and write times, so that you actually get the benefit of having that system.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I mean, there's reasons for all this craziness, but I mean,
I
that's
didn't
what
get
that's
to
what I'm
that.
saying.
Okay.
Physical collecting for new media is on life support, because the Switch was like the last bastion for physical collecting,
Uh,
where
that's
almost there was a
true.
lot of stuff that came out physically for the Switch, and now with Nintendo admitting, hey, we've got these game key cards, they're probably cheaper to manufacture. You probably need a lower print run, but the game's not on here. That is why people are upset, because that is people saying like, hey, Nintendo is giving up on physical, but it's not anything that Microsoft and Sony haven't already done.
But they've never just announced it.
Yeah,
It's just been more expected from Sony and the Xbox instead of now PlayStation. I mean,
now
the Switch,
Nintendo. Yeah,
not Nintendo.
so it's like people are getting upset because they're not gonna like, these things don't have anything on them other than it's just the license. Even on PC back in the day when you bought a game, you stuck it in your drive and you installed the game, but you still had to have the CD in there because of the licensing issues. Even though you had already entered in your CD
Oh,
key and all that other fun stuff, so you could play the game.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there is going to be no physical collecting, but just watch Walmart and Best Buy and Target and watch their physical space.
They're gone.
Yeah, for gaming shrink. There's going to be less and less of it. And I mean, if you look 10 years ago, they were maybe twice as big.
Yeah.
Now you can get all three companies on an aisle and a half. If you're lucky, you'll have an aisle and a half of stuff.
Yeah, physical. I haven't seen physical games. I was even looking when I went to pick this thing up. Physical games are they're gone. Like they're just cards now.
Yeah,
All the physical games are up in the front if you want to order the games, and that's it.
yeah,
So if you want to walk into like Best Buy or whatever it is and order a game or buy a game, they're all in the front. There's very rare games that are around like where the Nintendo thing is or the PlayStation stuff. Some games are there, but most of all the games are in the front now. And
yeah.
it's a limited it's like a small space of stuff that they have.
Yeah. So if you really want to support physical, go buy from your local little mom and pop shop.
It's true, yeah.
As far as I know, Walmart doesn't carry limited run.
No, they don't. Best Buy does or did or whatever.
But I mean, they're not carrying very many physical discs for movies and stuff either.
No, those are going out of style as well.
It's just it's a sad and unfortunate way that things are going.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I mean, it really wouldn't bother me if you actually owned it, you know,
technically,
not have it
they make
taken
the
away.
argument that you don't own it anyways.
I mean, if you could actually own it digitally, but
Oh, I agree.
as
I
in,
wish.
like, it's never going to be erased from your profile.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like, they do that crap, you know,
Yep.
after so much time, then
Well,
you
and
just,
that's
your
all
license expired.
licensing stuff.
Yeah. It's like, don't sell me a license, just sell it to me like that, and then I don't have to worry about it.
But then they
Well, there
can't
was
take it and they can't
there
change
was
it. That's not what they're gonna do. It's not what they want.
there was a game that they took off Steam called Boss Monster. It's a board game, but it was on Steam and I bought it years and years and years ago. And because I bought it, I still have the rights to it. Like I could download it, I could play it, I could do whatever. But they took it off the Steam store completely. But because I bought it, I still have it,
Yes.
which isn't a bad thing, I guess.
No, and but the
Something
thing
I
happy
is,
like
with that.
you
I
can't.
kind of like GOG for that reason.
I've never used GOG before.
It's
You
quite
can
similar
actually
to
download
Steam.
the actual files and
Yeah,
own it.
GOG is very DRM free, and so you can actually download the installation files and everything. You can back them
Really?
up and put them on discs and stuff. Yeah. But the thing is, they started out by just doing a bunch of old games, and
I didn't
they've
realize
branched
that
out.
GOG.
But yeah, it's good old games.
GOG. What is it? GOG.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
But that's when they're saying you're gonna own nothing and be happy. That's the thing is like you're not gonna own the games. You're not gonna own your movies. You've got a license to view the things that you have rented for a long term because you don't own it. Like the stuff that you buy digitally, you don't own. You have a license to use it.
Oh wow, look at that! So you can go on GOG and buy all of these games.
Yep. And you can download them. You can keep the installation files on your computer, and you can play them offline.
Wow.
But yeah, it would be great if you actually owned it, because then, if I had a game digitally and I was done with it, and you and or Welch wanted to buy it, I could sell it to one of you guys, and so my license would transfer to you. But the problem is the company that made it doesn't get the cut from that. So I don't own it and I can't sell it to you. But that's why the game key cards are nice. Because I own a license and I can sell it or trade it.
So isn't that the same thing with GOG though? Like you could just burn it on a CD and give it to someone, or
Yeah, but with GOG,
Yeah.
if I did that, you could play it and I could play it at the same time. With everything else, that's not how it works. Although Steam has remote play and stuff now, so you can, and actually if you set up accounts, you can share your library with somebody else.
oh wow. And then I know on the Switch there's a thing called Game Share.
Yeah. I hadn't actually seen anyone messing around with that since the launch. But you're supposed to be able to basically lend out your digital library to people who you share your family account with.
Oh, that's how it goes.
But it may be limited somewhat by you having to be in the same area at some point in time to actually start being able to share across switches. So it'd be great if you took it to a convention and you got everybody onto, you can have up to 6 or 8 people on the account, and you establish all of that at a convention, and then across the country you could share stuff. And you share it up to 2 weeks, because after 2 weeks it comes back, and I think you can also just manually go and like I want it back, and it'll pull it back. So that way you can temporarily lend people games.
Really?
Yep, yep, yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So do you guys see why I say physical media is on life support?
I could see somewhat, yeah, but I mean, we'll still have. I mean, unfortunately, we'll have places like Limited Run and all the other stuff that'll, be doing that.
Yeah, I mean it may be third party companies because Limited Run, Platinum Games, I know there's several others out there. They'll go to a company and be like, "Hey, we want to release this physically. We'll give you 20% of whatever we make or whatever off of sales. What do you say?" Because they just license the game from the creators.
Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't know that.
But even
The
then,
game
it's
shares are like that.
less and less people are going to be like, okay, let me spend $70 or $80, $60, $100, whatever, to get this game physically, when I can spend $5 to $20 and get it digitally. It's going to be very game specific. It's gonna be like, dude, that game was great. I want to have it so I can take it with me wherever I go. I don't have to want to worry about having to download it.
I just don't really see a lot of people going crazy over retro anymore. And what about that Phoenix reseller guy? I think he's been. Has he been doing anything recently? I don't
He's
think
opening
so.
up a store.
He's got that much stuff that he could open a
He's
store.
gonna open up a brick and mortar store. Well, he's doing something with his. It used to be called One Up, and then he changed it to Flips or something. And people like you can go on there, put in the games that you've got, and they'll give you a price, and you send them in, and if everything is okay condition, you get your money. And so the people will be start sending him more games now, and he's gonna have. I just watched the video the last week or so. He's gonna have almost like half of the store dedicated to buying and selling that stuff through his.
He's destroyed the entire hobby.
No, resellers don't destroy the hobby. It's actually the people that are participating in the hobby by buying.
The people that do the price that the reseller set. If the reseller sets the price for $400, you have more on 400. The reseller knows that there's going to be morons out there, so they're just taking advantage of whatever it is.
But that's not their fault. It's not their problem. They're
It's their
supplying.
fault for putting the $400 to begin with.
It's the people that are willing to pay that price.
So here's the thing.
Just saying though, like let's say he got this game for $100, he don't need to mark it up to 400. He can market it like 150 or 200 to be friendly, but no, they're just
But
going to
why
take it
would
to the
you?
limit.
They're in the business to make money. Yeah. Can we agree on
Yeah,
that?
but is it worth that? Is it worth that though?
That's not what I'm asking. They're in the business of making money. And guess what? That is what every business is in the business of, is making money.
I mean, Oz, you price stuff to me, and I'm like, nah, So I mean, I mean, that's just how it is, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
but
play that
see,
shit.
what I think
I
is a
mean,
good deal,
sometimes
what
I
you
do,
think is a good
not very
deal
often.
is different. And usually when I do it, it's like this is what the price is, but it's including shipping and insurance because I'm not sending anything without insurance. And
Yeah, I
so
agree.
I might quote you here, but when you take in consideration the shipping and the $20 or $30 that it would cost for insurance to make sure you get your item, and if you don't get your item, you don't lose anything, and I don't lose anything. Everyone comes out okay.
I mean, the
I
thing with
just
me though is like when I buy something and I haggle, I pay instant. I pay instant. I don't make them wait around, stuff like that. Uh, I try to drive sales sometimes with people, and some guys, I'll pay their price because they have it, but um, some guys that are like, let's say like an eBay listing or something, that those guys I'll haggle, but my direct contacts, I usually just pay their price, and it sometimes is a little high, but I know they'll come through with a clean copy and get it to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes those eBay listings are they hide stuff that you don't see,
Yeah.
even though they post all these pictures, but they manipulate the light or something
Yeah.
to their
He'll
advantage.
get, let's say, Dinosaur Peak. He'll get Dinosaur Peak, and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm not paying $1,200 for this. I'll pay like $600 or $700 for it." So the poor idiot gives him $700. They get $700. They're like, "Wow, look at me, $700. This is so shiny." And then he turns around and flips it for $1,400, and then he'll, or $1,500 or $1,600, and you get someone that'll buy it for like that. If you got it for $7, what's the problem with saying, "Hey, here's a game set, $8,000 for the system, $1,000 for the game"?
Okay, so say he does that and he does that with all the games that he buys.
He's not going to make a profit off of it.
He's not gonna make a profit, especially if you have a brick and mortar store. How much of the inventory that the other inventory that he's buying is not gonna sell, or it's gonna take months or years for it to sell, and so that whole time that it's sitting there, he's got to pay for a place to have it, air conditioning to keep it cool, so you don't get disc rot and all this other stuff. Hopefully, they're doing a halfway decent job of cleaning it, testing it. There's a bunch of different stuff that goes into it. But the thing is, you can set the price at whatever you want. And Walt said, he didn't like what I had priced, so he didn't buy it.
I mean, I
No
can see
one
I'm
that.
is
talking
making
about like
anybody
that Rygar. You offered me Rygar and something else, and
girls'
I
garden.
should have bought that Rygar because I found it like cheaper than you had it, and then I went back to get it, and somebody already bought it. So
Well, I don't think I gave you an individual price. I had them grouped together for like 150 is what I had both those games for.
I
So
checked the
that stuff's
prices.
also
It
hard
doesn't
to.
matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. The point is like I I shop, dude. Like I get some good deals. Like especially shopping for Sega CD. It's not cheap, and um,
But you're willing to
like
wait
this.
for the deal. You're not taking. See, no one is forcing
No,
anyone.
I don't. I talk to people though. I don't like just send them an offer. I send them a message and say,
Yes.
"Look, I'm trying to fill up. I'm trying to create a. I'm trying to get a entire United States Sega CD collection. Would you take this price?" I start a dialogue with them, even if they do not have a bid on it or offer. I start a dialogue, and sometimes they follow through and shoot a offer.
So
Sometimes they don't.
I got Liger, Zanak. I got Nexer, and Summer. I forgot whatever Summer that it was. Yes, that's the name of the game. But it was all for this guy had a humongous shmup grouping. He had tons of shmups. I mean, it was like shmup land. And I messaged him and I said to him, "Hey, listen, um, I'm really interested in Liger. I'm interested in Nexer and all these other games and stuff, Terra Cresta and whatever it is like that, Terra Cresta 2 and stuff like that." So I spoke to him and he dropped the price and gave me a ridiculously price for all those games. And he threw in free shipping and he threw in a free game on top of it. But I spoke to him about it because he was like, "Hey, I'm getting rid of this. You know, I've had this for a while. I just, my collection prior to the shmups." But Welsh is right. If you talk to some of these people on eBay, they will give you a very good deal for whatever it is. It's like that moron near me that had Panic Restaurant that no Panic Restaurant that she traded. These are the people that are around me. She had Panic Restaurant with the manual. She traded the game in to the store to get 2 free days of using the store's arcade. And the store took it and told her nothing. They didn't tell her how much it was. They didn't tell her how much the manual was. They didn't say diddly. This poor lady turns around and here, oh, game I found in my basement. The store took it, didn't say nothing, and it was the manager that did it. Didn't the owner of the store didn't say anything to her, took it, and then let her whatever. And then when I went to her and I said, it's like an $800 game, right? In the manual, 300. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, you want to make a bet? And I went on eBay and showed her. She went back to the manager, and the manager's like, nope, you already traded it in. You got your arcades for your kids, and that's it.
Okay. Now, it could be argued you were the bad guy in that situation, saying,
Okay, I'm happy. Thank you.
no, just listen. Because she was perfectly fine and happy with what she got. Yes? Before.
You're being anal, dude.
No, I'm trying to bring up like different points of view. Because the thing is, it is not.
Side
It is not.
your bros, man. You're supposed to side with your bros. What are you doing?
No, the thing is, you are not responsible for someone else's lack of knowledge and lack of caring. How long would it have taken her to go on eBay and look to see how much that was? Not even 5 minutes.
But if the lady has no idea, these people. Yeah.
Well, I totally think the store and the owner completely scummy for doing that. It's totally taking advantage of her naivety, but they're not responsible for that. You know who they're responsible to? Themselves and their employees. And actually, they're not even responsible to the employees. It's not up to them. They want to have a business and they want to have something that they can, pay people to help with.
Dude, let me tell you, like these Sega CD games, okay, I got from the same guy, and I told him what I was trying to do. He sold me Crime Patrol for $93 shipped. Wow. I mean, this game goes for over $100. And then I got Mad Dog McCree 2. This game sometime goes for over $100. I got this for this one I paid a little more for, but I'm just gonna say like it was still cheaper than the average. And he threw this one in for free, NHL 94, which I didn't really care about, but he gave me a clean case for it and threw it in there. And then he threw in for free, by the way, and then threw in Brutal, the manual, for free. So then that means when I bought Brutal up here for less than $20, the back case and the disc, I just got Brutal for $20 because he hooked that up. I got a game marked off my list. This game probably goes for, I would say, at least $20. This Crime Patrol, dude, I had to haggle like so many people so long to get it for under $100. This Mad Dog McCree, too, as soon as it goes up, it's sold. And that's like at $150. So like this guy hooked it up, and like I'm waiting for him to get a hold of me again because he has a couple more. And like you just got to talk to people.
Yeah, and some people respond and some people won't. Some people are nice, some people aren't. It's you can't control how people are going to respond and stuff. You can only control yourself and realize that not everyone's going to be nice. Not everyone's going to, I've thrown offers to people and talked with them, and some people say, no, I'm not going to let go for that much. It's like, all right, have fun with it. But, I mean, it's definitely easier, especially as a collector, to let something go when you know it's going to go to a good home. Where it's going to get appreciated and not just,
it's true,
thrown around. But no one is under any obligation to sell you something for nothing. No one's under any obligation to make sure that you know exactly, you have 100% of the knowledge before you make any deal. Because I'm sure everyone has made a deal that they look back at after some amount of time. They're like, well, that was dumb. I wish I had known X, Y, or Z. We'll take when we sold our house. We paid for the new owners to get a home buyer's warranty.
Oh wow.
Because when we bought that house, I don't remember who told us. They told us about one. I was like, dude, that's really handy. That was really nice because it, if you keep it up, it covers a lot of stuff. And we wanted them to have that peace of mind because we knew some of that stuff was a little bit older. And, our realtor said, you don't have to do that. And like, we know, but I'm really glad we did because it was a young couple and first home. And, hopefully it gave them some peace of mind. I don't know if they kept it up. I don't know if they ever made use of it, but it was there. We were under no obligation to do that.
No, that is true.
And when you take something in someplace to sell or trade, they're not, most likely they're not going to be like, oh, well, we know you want 50, but actually this stuff is worth $1,000. But if you're happy with 50, well, we'll take it. I'm not saying I agree with that choice, but
all I know is I agree with saying as long as he isn't purposely, trying to.
Yeah,
trying to
super
rob,
scummy
but-
if it's $50 and they know it's 1,000 and they're like, oh, see this case has a crack in it. Well, how about $40?
No.
For that,
You know what I think's hilarious is if you watch some of these guys that go to these conventions
Oh God.
and they complain about prices and then they get hooked up by a friend.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, you got freaking how much freaking YouTube revenue and you can't buy a game? Get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
well,
That's what's hilarious. Like I absolutely love watching like honestly like so I'm not gonna say any names because I don't want to offend anyone, but there are some big YouTubers I see that are extremely petty on pricing and act like that's something they could have never done. It's like, bro, you are so full of it, man.
When you have a hookup at GameStop and GameStop calls you up and says, hey, it'd be awesome if you made a video for us for GameStop because you have so many people. We have all these complete inbox Sega Saturn games. Why don't you come down and pick them up for this price? Yeah. My
Yeah.
local GameStop, which is 22 miles away, has Saturn games. Sure.
Yeah. It's just hilarious. Even
really is.
with some of the homebrew releases I've noticed, some of those guys have it immediately in hand and like
Yep.
they're already doing their free video for it, and it's just kind of like I'm almost tired of that shit, dude. Like I'm almost tired of the super like same clicky people. It's like, dude, there's got to be more people out there,
I agree.
with a
I
different
really do.
opinion because they always come off as 100% A-word kissers.
Sega. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, think of that one.
It's true. It's true.
It is getting old. It really is, dude. It's like, dude,
that's
what is your
I've-
real fresh
I've
perspective? What is your
stopped
real
watching
history?
plenty of people.
Probably
'cause
jack crap because you're just making money on it. You don't really care. You don't pay attention to stuff deep down at the core, probably. You might have had a little experience somewhere here and there, but nah. It's like, bro, I can tell you're living high on the hog, bro.
but they want to keep staying. They want to stay there, so they might change how they're doing things. And like a good way of staying high on the hog is not paying asking price.
Keep pounding those beers and eating those sausages, bro, and I'll be owning that collection. Yep. Right saying.
Yep. That's fine. That's fine with me. Oh man, but it's true.
Let's get crazy saying. Let's end
I'm
it
not.
out
I'm
with
not
some
sure who
craziness.
you're talking about because it's probably somebody that I stopped watching a long time ago because it came. They started
there's
just
a
coming
few
across
of
as
them.
being just completely
Hey, I bought a
dishonest.
Lexus for my wife, and she leaves me for another dude.
Ah, him.
And that's gonna be edited. I don't care.
I'm
Sega.
not planning on doing much editing.
Sega.
All I'm saying is, bro, when you ever hook up this, listen, my guy, the guy at the store does it too. He's like, hey, listen, I got a bunch of Saturn games blah, 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 you know, hey, oh, I got In the Hunt complete, and, you know, before it goes out, or whatever. Whatever. It's, you know, over here, the problem with it is over here in New York, it's like, it's disgusting with retro collecting and everything. If I go to that show in August, I I've already I bought like a fake Flavor Flav gold chain, and it's thick. It's you know, and I have little Samson, and I want to put little Samson in an acrylic box and attach it to the chain and walk around the convention with little Samson, just to aggravate people, because that's how much I hate it here with retro collecting, because you have people that are like that. There's this guy who fixes a bunch of stuff over here in New York, and he just it's like it's like, hey, what's up? You know, oh, you want your Vetris fixed? Yeah, I'm looking at getting you know, these certain games. I want, you know, Kunon, and I want this, and I want that, and everything. And it's just, I don't know. It's collecting's not what it is here, like what it is in all your areas. I think that'd be a good topic for a next thing, like how's collecting in your areas versus, you know, like here in the, you know, a big city like New York.
Part of it's also
Guess
going
it
to
just
be is
depends.
what'd you say, Welch?
I guess it just depends. Like, we got a big garage sale coming up here on Saturday, and I want to see if I can find any deals. There was a other neighborhood garage sale in which uh, I found a Atari. Is it the Junior?
Oh
That's
wow.
expensive. Yeah, I found a Junior, but no cables, dirty as hell, and the guy wanted like 60 some dollars for it. I was like, no way, dude. You know, it's like that's way out of like any kind of prospect of anybody wanting to buy that. And I went to this other garage sale, and there was uh, this local guy. He does YouTube videos. He's actually on YouTube, and he has a eBay page that he promotes. So I checked it out, and he had some games on there, and I tried to haggle him with a game. And I was like, "Look, bro, I'm local. I can just come get it from you. You know, let's save on the shipping." You know, it was missing a manual, and I was like, "I'll buy the manual separate, and then, you know, still save some money by piecing it together." He didn't want to do it. He wanted full price, like it was a full on thing. So, you know, I I said, no, I ain't doing it, you know, whatever. And I went and bought a full copy, cleaner than his, sent him a picture of it and said, I paid this much, man. Thanks for supporting the local. You know, I'm not going to support you now. So, anyways, I see him out at these garage sales buying everything like Funko Pop, all that crap. And it's just like, I mean, I guess if you're going to make money, but I mean, it's like, you got a local guy who would be cool with you, and like you would think you'd want to make a relationship with a local guy that would buy from you every time. Instead, you got to treat him like crap, you know. So,
Yep.
and like, you know, I've dealt with some people like that where they would always make a sale to me, and then I got the runaround on one deal, and I was told that they would still get the games or whatever, and then I got the runaround. Then I got this cold shoulder, and then I seen him again at a convention, and then I was like, you know, they weren't very receptive. So I'm like, you know what? That's it. You know, I'm done. You know, I'll take my money somewhere else. You know,
Everyone thinks they have gold.
yeah, and it's like, bro, I mean. I buy a lot of games, and I would contact you to do it. And you want to play those kind of games with me, well, then you just lost me as a customer.
Well, judging by their attitude, I'm not. I don't think they lost any sleep over it because they
I got
probably.
it.
I mean, going by how they treated you, I'd say they didn't want you. Which I agree. It seems kind of stupid because like, hey, I'm buying stuff. I'm local. I can get it quick. You can have a quick turnaround. You don't have to sit on it. But like Saying said, they think they're sitting on gold, and so they're waiting for someone that's going to pay this price up here, not factoring in all the other stuff that it takes when, okay, well, now you might sit on it for a year or two and never sell it, or you sell it for, even
Well, I'm not
less
just
than the
talking
price
about
that
the
you
local
originally
guy, dude. I'm
offered.
talking about like an online contact.
I know.
I'm talking about an online contact. The local guy is kind of like a separate story, but then I went into my
But
online contacts
the
I had
online and
for a few
local
years.
can be pretty much the same thing, other than you're not going to save on shipping, except for that you might be
And
able
it
to
doesn't
get.
matter. There's another guy around here who buys game who was trying to communicate with that guy, and he was a douchebag to him too. So he's just a douchebag.
Apparently, he just really likes
Got nothing to do
holding
with
his
me,
stuff.
And if that guy wants to mess around, well, he'd get his little bearded jaw cracked. Yeah.
It's like the owner that goes into into Five Below and buys pops and then drops them on his at his store for $45 a pop. Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. He wouldn't get his jaw cracked, but he
There's
might piss the
just
wrong guy off and get his jaw cracked.
people like their stuff, and whatever.
I've thought about teasing him with my stuff, dude. Like have him come look at it all and watch his eyes just get huge and start frothing at the mouth and say, "What are you gonna offer?" and see what he offers. And I know he's gonna lowball super
yeah.
hard because I watched him do it at this garage sale. Yeah, like he was like, "Well, I need a deal on all this." And after he picked it out and walked it up to him, I mean, that's how douchey he is, like major douche. But uh he was just I'd love to do that to him, get him in, look at some stuff, and then totally snub him, waste his time and be like, check this out, man. Look
I
at
do
this
that
one.
once in a while
Look
on
this,
Facebook
dude.
Marketplace. I dropped Sapphire and Rennie Blaster and Facet Armor, and Facet Armor sealed. So I dropped Rennie Blaster, Sapphire, and Facet Armor, and I'm just there and Hagane, and I posted up for whatever the hell reason, and some guy he's from New York messages me and says, "Hey man," and then he starts sending me posters of like his NES collection, and it's Hagane and everything, and I'm like, dude, he's like, could we trade for whatever that robot fighting game is for Saturn with Jin that he's in it? And I'm like Metal Warriors or something like that, and I'm like, what trade? I'm like, I'm trying to sell, and he's just like like sending me all these photos, and I'm like, I don't care about your cardboard. Does your cardboard make you special, a better person? Because you have a complete box of Gani. I said, do you want a metal tinfoil? I could care less about what you're showing me. If you're not serious, you can move on.
I think you need to. You're
horrible.
cutting out now and then.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you're facing your microphone.
Yeah,
What,
your
my
gain
mic?
or something. Yeah.
What?
Well, you're turning
Yeah, I've
your
heard
head,
that for a
and I
little
think
bit,
it's
but that'd make a good story, dude. I would love
direction.
to hear. I would love to, dude. What we need to do, we need to record this and set somebody up for like one of these situations. Like I could get that guy over here and say, "Hey, show him Kuan," and be like, "I've heard this is worth money. What is this worth? What do you think? What would you pay for this?"
I heard.
Show him my Kuan, dude, or show him my Crusader Senti.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, tease him with it a little bit. What do you think?
I think it's a waste of time and
No
effort.
way, dude. That's like pure
What's-
redemption. Yeah,
what's-
tease him a little bit, dude.
What's this worth? I think this is rare. I don't know. I got it from a place called Blockbuster back in the day, and I don't know.
I totally think it's a waste of time. You're better off doing something that you'd actually enjoy than wasting your time and theirs.
Wait a minute.
I
Wait
do
a minute.
enjoy this.
You're saying I wouldn't enjoy that?
I would enjoy it.
Are
This
you
guy
saying there's
already
not
tried
something
busting
better
my
that you could be
balls over
doing
frickin'
than
over
than-
Chuck Rock 2, dude? He was being a douchebag over Chuck Rock 2.
Yeah, but are you saying there's nothing that you'd rather do than do that? That's the best thing that you can do, spending your time.
It's so satisfying.
I mean, get him frothing at the mouth, dude. Get his beard freaking dripping with sweat because he thinks he's gonna get cool on for like what, $20?
He may not even know what it is.
Oh, dude, he knows.
I don't know what it is.
What's this? Is this a video game? Was it? I mean, was it me? I mean, how could, like, I think it's worth a lot of money.